Let's go.
Hi there and welcome to What the Tech. I'm Rolando, and today we jump into a session where we look at video solutions for the office and some that may be for the home, but we're looking at platforms such as Zoom, Teams, and answering your most asked questions when it comes to these video solutions. Maestro, roll the intro. Welcome to What the Tech. I'm Rolando at the helm, founder of Global Tech Worldwide. I'm so glad you could join me today because you're in for a special treat. We've got video solutions that are designed for the office. A lot of folks are asking about solutions for the huddle space and what to do with that. And we've got some tips and pointers. We're going to answer some of your most frequently asked questions, and stay tuned to the end, the very end, where we're going to have special guest Neil Fluester of Poly join us live all the way from the UK. But before we get to all the action, I got to bring out somebody that is as important, I would say, maybe as the air as I breathe. Could I say that? Maybe not. But somebody extremely important to me and to the podcast from the Granite State, Dave Kelly.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Rolando. I appreciate the intro. Hey, listen, likewise. It's the season of giving and showing thanks. Listen, I want to say thanks for helming this ship, leading this organization. We all believe in you. We're all having a great time. And yeah, we just want to give you a little shout out here.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Dave.
Listen, today's going to be super cool. We have a special guest. We have some cyber guests coming on. We're asking some frequently asked questions. We're checking out new technology. Listen, there's a lot to navigate. Video, I think, is definitely one of those solutions where if folks haven't adopted it, it's definitely something that you're budgeting for. So listen, we're going to walk you through a couple of different solutions. We dove into some products yesterday, and we have some new products today. So let's get into it.
All right. So let's go right into this video bar. It's not quite new, but it's one that people keep asking for. They're looking for things that don't break the bank, especially now there's more folks are heading back into the office, Dave. Things are conditions in different states are improving, and so people are working in the office. Some people are still working at home. So we want to focus in on those areas where you would want to upgrade your conference room. It stuns me. I mean, how many conference rooms still don't have any video solution, Dave? They're still using the laptop, the integrated laptop. And we're going to show you a little bit of why that probably may not be such a good idea. But we want to help you on your journey as you're looking to source different products and what they mean for you. Certainly those platforms like Zoom and Teams have skyrocketed to the top, especially when you're talking about in the business environment, Dave. And a lot of folks keep asking, what can I use with Zoom? What can I use with Teams? What can I use in my huddle space? How could we outfit our conference room without breaking the bank? And I think we've got a really good lineup today to help answer those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're going to be reviewing some solutions from Poly. The first one up front will be the Poly Studio USB, but I think we have I think our intern wanted to jump in. I think he has an announcement to say.
All right. Eric, come on out then. Do we have Eric? Oh, there he is.
Oh, but I can hear me. Can you hear me? How do I sound okay?
You sound a little choppy, Eric. We'll let your audio compose a little bit. See if that fixes itself.
Is it still buggy, Rolando? Check. 1, 2.
It's improving. Are you still in meet? If you're meet, unmute there.
Yes. I might be in 2 rooms at the same time.
There you go.
How about now?
Yeah,
how
better.
about now?
Much
All right.
better.
Hey everyone. Hey Rolando. Hey Dave. Pleasure to be here, and to everyone watching right now, don't forget to like. I'm just here to pull some strings in the background while the show runs, and just wanted to say hello to y'alls. Hey.
Hey, Eric. Nice to have you.
Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Eric, I know you're going to be helping pitch it a little bit. We've got a lot of moving parts today, and we needed some extra hands We're going to be bringing out some solutions, some guests, and some other stuff. So thanks for joining us today.
So to everyone watching, I'll be popping in and out of this show, but for the most part, it's going to be the Rolando and Dave show as always. Toodles.
All right, Dave. All right, Eric. That's Eric, the intern. He'll be helping us out and pulling some fun stuff that we have in store for the audience today, Dave.
Absolutely. No, that's good.
All right. So let's go right into the first product that we want to talk about. That's the Poly Studio USB video bar. This is a video bar designed for the conference room. We're going to do a little bit of unboxing, but before we get there, I actually got to go get it. It's not a little itty bitty little web cam that you stick on top of your laptop. So I've got it off here to the side. I'm going to shoot it over here to Dave while I go retrieve it, and we have it here. We can talk about it and show it to the audience. All right, Dave, take it over.
Yep. All right. So what we're showcasing is part of the Poly Studio collection. This is the Poly Studio USB. This is, it's something that is for smaller huddle rooms that won't break the bank. It's a sub $1,000 system. It does require a PC or a Macintosh, so it's not a standalone, system. Just requires some control. It is Microsoft Teams friendly and also friendly with really any SIP video that you're sending over the network. It has a slew of options and features, which we will demonstrate shortly here. And give me one more second. And it is something that will certainly fit the budget. It's a handsome product. And again, it's called the Premium USB Video Bar. I think Rolando's bringing it in right now.
I've got it. I've actually had the chance to play around with it, and the audio is amazing. I was with my little kid the other day. We were watching some YouTube stuff and just kind of fiddling around with it, and he likes the Viking skull chant. Skull, 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 and they're clapping. Blah, blah, blah. The stadium full of people. Blah, blah. And then they blow the horn. Special guests will blow the horn, whoever they have for the day, doing the... I know that if you're not a Viking fan, you're going to find it annoying. But if you're a Viking fan, you absolutely almost brings tears to your eyes because 80,000 people cheering skull, skull, skull before the game. And then the kickoff, it's just an awesome thing to see. I'm a Viking fan. I went to school in Minnesota. So big up to my Viking fans that are watching. I don't think they're not having a great season. All right. Not a lot to root for, but the season's not over, Dave. You play till the last game and until the whistle is blown.
Yeah, they're not doing too awful. There's definitely a lot of worse teams off for sure. I think Minnesota's in the hunt for the wild card.
That's right. They're in the wild card slot right now. Hopefully, a couple more breaks go their way, and they can see themselves in the playoffs.
Skull.
Maybe we'll give. I'll actually hook it up and give folks a little taste of the audio. So let me pull this bad boy out. Where you want to show it, Ori? From the side cam or from the main? What do you see it best from? From this guy? All right. So yeah, there we go.
Wow, that is big.
It is. But look at this, Dave. This is what makes this so interesting. Here on the left and right, it's basically audio. These are just speakers.
Awesome.
That you've got. And so the audio you're going to get through here, it is amazing. It's going to fill up the whole room. I mean, it filled up my whole house full of... here, let me move the microphone a little closer. So it fills up the entire room. So if you're going to use... This is not going to sit on your monitor. Trust me. Your monitor... And it comes with a stand on the back. So it's a wall mountable. Comes with a wall mount. Comes with its own power supply. It comes with a very long extension, USB extension. So you're just going to plug this right in to your USB port on your computer, and you'll be off to the races, just like if it were a USB webcam. But it's especially designed for a conference room. So you just plug it into the USB, give it some power, and off to the races. Oh, and somebody's just chiming in. Brian on LinkedIn, that's American football. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
You seeing that right? Brian, do you have a favorite team? I would love to know what team you root for if you're into the football thing. So, so and then on the back, it's wall mountable. So it's going to you can put it with the foot pedal, not foot pedal, but the stand that it comes with.
Yep.
So it can rest right on the table. As you see, I'll put it right here on the table or in your conference room. Usually these guys are nestled under a flat screen to capture just the best audio possible and video. And you're going to get a really good camera here. You know, maybe, Dave, we could probably hook that up and give a test run to see what that looks like with our audience, just like we did yesterday with the P21. Just to see, I have not seen it used. So in terms of using it with like this, like we did yesterday, the P21, maybe we'll just hook it up and let people see what it looks like live without any monkeying, no filtering, whatnot. So you get a chance to see that. Certainly worth turning the audio on at least. Maybe do a skull chant for the folks that are out there that are Vikings fans. Give them a taste. Comes with a nice little remote. Eagles. Oh, you know, Brian, I see that you're rooting for the Eagles. I happen to live in the in the nation's capital area, and you know, oh my God, it's like it's like fighting words around here when you say the Eagles. You know, that's enough to get into a fisticuff if you're saying you're an Eagles fan around here. So Brian, thanks for chiming in on the Eagles. I can't root for you on this one, not for the Eagles, but thanks for letting us know you're an Eagles fan. All right. Comes with a remote control. Very easy to use. Not a lot of buttons, Dave, on this remote control. Super easy. You got your volume. You got the search. You can pair it via Bluetooth, which is kind of cool. You could do some Bluetooth action there. You have some ports on the back. Let me tell you, you've got just some very straightforward ports. All you have is USB. You have a microphone port and an auxiliary port, and you've got your power. That's
so
it.
The microphone port, this is something I want to point out. It has the ability to have an optional extended microphone. So if you find that this is in your room and maybe you want to put it into a larger room and you have any concerns about audio, you can take one extra mic and you can kind of lead it from there, put that on the table to accommodate larger rooms. So that's certainly a nice feature.
And the Bluetooth, I would imagine you're going to be able to use, Dave, any of the wonderful Poly solutions that we talked about yesterday, like the 40, the 20, even probably the 40, because you have the ability on the 40 here. Let me show you the 40, the Sync 40. You have the ability to daisy chain. So if you're talking about larger rooms, you're talking about maybe using two Sync 40s that connect to each other via Bluetooth, and you've got a simple to use, easy button to pair both of those 40s. So if you're in a larger room, this is a great device to have. This is my go-to device for speakerphone. I mean, that's what's on my desk, and I think I've lost you for a second, Mr. Dave, because I lost the audio feed. So give me a second. Something went kablooey on my end. There we go. So I got you back.
I never lost you.
I did. I couldn't hear anything. But so yes, so it comes with the remote control, comes with the cable you need, Bluetooth if you need to use Bluetooth, which is terrific. You've got that optional microphone on the back, so if you want to have a wired connection for a microphone like Dave said, and you're off to the races. Dave, you want to do a demo with it or no? Should we move on? You tell me.
Yeah, no, we should do a demo. You know,
all right.
One of the things I just want to point out here is that it works with any UC platform that supports videos. So whether it's something as simple as Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, of course, Ring Central, whatever it might be.
Zoom.
Thank you. It's a USB device, goes right into your PC or laptop, and all of the control for starting the call, inviting your guests, whatever it might be, that's all done within the application that the user is already familiar with. So just bear in mind, you're not learning a new interface here. Whatever UC application you're using, this Poly system is going to work right along with that.
I'm gonna jump on because you said Zoom. Just want to check something on Zoom real quick. Yes. So so what you're looking at right now, Dave, this is a Zoom certified solution. The Poly Studio USB, which is what I've got right here, is Zoom certified. So if you're a Zoom shop or an enterprise or a business that is on Zoom, this will put your folks to look really nice, doesn't break the budget, and is Zoom certified. And a lot of folks, especially enterprise folks, Dave, they want that certification. It's that seal of approval that Zoom says it's good for us.
Right, right. And, with folks setting standards, it's important, and what I love about standards is, if Zoom is deployed throughout the organization, everyone has the application on their PC. They can come into your huddle space where you have a nice display. You have this device mounted to the wall or sitting on the stand. That user that's walking and using that huddle space, it's just simple for them. It's you connect it to your computer or laptop, and then they're off to the races.
Absolutely. Stay here with Dave. I'm going to plug in and see if we give our folks a taste of a demo. So go ahead, Dave. Take it away.
All right. So this product lines up within a portfolio from Poly called the Studio Series. It is the sub $1,000 solution here. It does have a 4K camera, which everybody's asking about. Also 120 degree field of view. So depending on the size of your room there, it should be something that you want to take into consideration. We'll talk about the noise blocking technology that it features. We'll demo that. Rolando has that there. And if you were to, if the Poly Studio is something that maybe is not a big enough solution for maybe larger rooms, Poly also has the Studio X30 and Studio X50. These are higher end systems that are more all-in-one. They don't require the PC or the laptop to be there. They're fully integrated room systems with full control. But here, the Poly Studio, again, for organizations that are diving into video, you want something that's better than just a standard webcam. You're also moving beyond personal use. You're moving towards that space. You need something that's a little bit bigger and expandable than this Poly Studio USB is certainly something that you should consider. And of course, Polycom is synonymous with video conferencing. They're a tried, trusted organization. They stand by their products, and their manufacturing and their quality have always been superior, in my opinion. Looking forward to hearing the audio on those, because what Poly can do with small speakers is pretty phenomenal. Here we have two of them on each side. Rolando was getting pretty excited about those Viking chants over there, so he's already set the expectation that this thing is going to blow us away. Rolando, how are you back in the studio over there? I have a feeling he may be under a desk. Oh, we get some feedback. I love video and audio stuff. We're looping things around into different systems. Stuff's bound to happen. Otherwise, pretty quick setup. I have a feeling that taking it out of the box may have taken you a little bit longer than even just getting this quick connection. He's waving his finger. He's trying to find it. So part of our... All right. There he comes. Eric, man, I'm doing really well. Hey, you had mentioned in an email to the team earlier that there was some Blackwire USB headsets. Are we trying to move some stuff? I haven't jumped on the LinkedIn page. If I juggle too many windows, I'm bound to crash something. But I will put it out there, and I'll say anyone that's watching us live on LinkedIn, give us a shout out. Also say that Eric is the best. And
all right.
And we'll make sure that we enter you. Let's see. What do we got? Got a nice handful of folks that are out there, I believe.
Yeah, if you're watching from LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, just comment your favorite host of the day, Is it Rolando? Is it Dave? Or is it Eric the intern?
I am not looking to win that contest. This is if this was a beauty contest, I know where I stand on everyone's favorite on that one. Probably somewhere near the bottom of that list. All right, it's hard for me to have these multiple streams open, so I have to close the LinkedIn. The delay causes.
You were listening to the stream. Gotta have it on mute, Dave.
It wasn't. I wasn't listening to it, but it was just the extra video, and I didn't know if I was looking at me from yesterday or me from the future. That's a joke.
Always an interesting thing to see yourself from the future, or rather in the past. In the past. Yep. That was you from like 10 seconds ago, right?
Everything is in the past.
All right. So I think Rolando is almost set up. We're gonna check your microphone, Ro.
Ooh, he's getting that chant ready.
Yep, I hear some chanting. All right. Can we check your microphone, Ro? Ooh. Look at that auto zoom. Anyway, I'll leave you gents to it. Guys, if you're still in Amazon, just comment Eric is the best, and you might get a chance to win a Plantronics Blackwire headset. All right, I'm hopping off. Bye, everyone.
All right, bye, Eric.
All right. As you can see, it took me less than 5 minutes to get it up and running. Now, I did take it out of the box earlier, but power, USB cable, turning it on. And that's doing it on the fly here. I'm not the most handy person. So it doesn't take very long to hook it up. As you can see, if you're looking from behind me, you can see what it looks like. This is the actual shot. And it's got the motion tracking enabled. So I'm kind of moving my hands around. But if I were to turn around, you can also disable that. It's kind of cool, like from behind kind of view. So I'm going to turn around, look at the camera here. All right. And I can actually adjust. Let me see. I can point it up just a little bit.
I gotta say the video quality looks spot on. The colors look spot on.
All right, so you may not hear me, Dave, because I'm not at the microphone. So, but I'm gonna be back here. Give me your shot. Boo, 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 boo. Go Eagles. Never. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do now?
That's framing.
Trolling. I'm trolling Brian. I don't know if he's still on, but I'm trolling Brian a little bit. What I'm going to do now, so you see the video, you see how clear the shot is. I'm really, for all those people watching right now, this is the first time that we've hooked it up, seen it live. I like the element of surprise because, Dave, I want to know if I'm going to be disappointed or not, and I'm not disappointed with what I'm seeing. And you know what? Hold up a second. It's so new. I don't even have to look at this. You see me taking the plastic off?
That's satisfying.
Ooh, that actually looks better now.
Looks much better now.
It was looking a little dull. Look at that. I'm like, wait a minute. There it goes.
Sorry, Poly. We weren't doing the product justice.
No, look at that. Better picture. So look at that. I'm looking at my colors. They look real. My face looks pretty good. My hair looks all right. You can see the back of my head. Not that I was anticipating that today, but
that's a sharp 4K image, right?
Dave, we could even put the just as a comparison, so that people could see, or side by side, put this image next to my Sony camera. I think we're gonna get a really good. Yeah, just drop Dave for a second. You'll be right back, Dave. There we go. So now I'm going to, obviously, this is the Poly Studio USB camera. I'm looking right at you. All right, now I'm going to turn around. I'm going to move over here so that you've got both of them side by side. And that doesn't look bad at all. Look, I mean, this image right here with the Poly USB, I would actually stream with that, Dave. I don't know if you can. I'm sure you can hear me. This obviously is the close-up on the right with the Sony cameras that we use for the podcast, but that's a good-looking shot right here. It's really good. So if you have any doubts about this camera, I would say I would put it up to. Let me see. I can even zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Maybe I didn't put the batteries in here. All right, don't worry about that. Let me see. Let me try. Give it one more try. No, don't worry about it. So I won't fiddle with I forgot to put the batteries in, but I really like this image. It is really comparable, and we haven't set. So the studio lights are set for the Sony camera, so it's optimized for that. I would imagine it'll look even better if we had the studio lights optimized for the type of aperture that we have in this Poly Studio USB. If we were to tinker with the lens app as well to refine some of the features, we'd probably get even a better picture. But I'm really amazed at what we're getting here at this price point, Dave. This camera probably cost $5,000 before. A couple years ago. I know you did AV for a long time, so you know that these kinds of devices used to cost quite a bit.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think we're doing the product justice because you're using this in kind of that smaller environment, but it is designed, it's designed for a larger room. I really loved that auto tracking for the camera.
Absolutely.
It wasn't jittery. It wasn't too fast.
No, it's clean. Look, I'm moving my hand, and you don't see any blur. I'm not seeing any blur. I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna take a page out of Harris Heller. He likes doing this. Move close. Move away. How'd that look, Dave? Was I still in focus?
You confuse the camera a little bit. I mean, you can tell
forget the Sony one.
Right. Oh no, I am.
Right,
yeah, but it's reading you quick. You can tell there's some smart artificial intelligence in there.
Oh, look at that. See, so if you're in a conference room, booyaka. Here we go. Your favorite fish fertilizer. Make sure you use it with all your plants. Right here. Harvest Neptune. That's what I use with my plants.
That's a remarkable camera, man. Now, if you move up, if you're quiet, I want to see if the camera will move. So I'll do the talking. The camera can't hear me. All right. And then here it is. And then it pulls back. That's sweet. Again,
it seems like it's also auto adjusting. You see the light right over here? It's auto adjusting for that. So that we've got our key light up here. And I noticed the image gets darker or lighter depending on where it's focusing. So it's doing some auto adjusting of the light on the fly.
Right.
Again, we haven't had the chance to make all the refinements using the poly lens, which is something I would highly encourage you to do when you get any of these video solutions. Use the poly lens app to make sure that you get the lighting that's appropriate for your environment. You're going to get much better video quality than just out of the box. But out of the box, it looks really good. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
You know what we should do, Dave?
Sure. Tell me.
So that people see, because we're talking about a lot of conference rooms using their laptops where they take 4 people or 5 people and just put them around the conference room. I'm going to turn on my laptop and let's look at that because that's really a good comparison. I mean, we compared it to a very expensive Sony camera and I think it holds its own. Let's show what folks would get if they upgraded. So now we're kind of going in reverse. So give me a second while I switch the camera here on the computer.
So this will be interesting because before when we set up for our shows, the video sources, I normally need to toggle between my built-in camera, my external camera, and I will tell you it's like night and day. I don't know what kind of camera Rolando has on his laptop, but if you're looking to invest a small amount of money for a much better experience, we're going to see what it looks like with the old, which is just the built-in hardware on that laptop versus a professional, still entry level, mind you. The Studio USB is sub $1,000. I think it's closer to $800. There's still larger room systems that are available, but this is, the popular huddle space. This is where we feel that folks are putting their attention. So that's why we're highlighting this and not some of these larger studio room settings.
I'm ready.
But
go ahead,
right.
Go ahead, Ori. Bring the.
So we're bringing in Rolando.
Yeah. So look. So you may not hear. Let me see. I can move the mic over here. You got me.
Sound good. Yep. You still sound good.
It looks a little weird because it's underneath the. Let me try to see if I can move this just a touch without moving too much. All right. So this is the laptop. Look at the huge difference it's just a huge drop off in quality. They're in the same location. This is what you'd be seeing if you're using a laptop. You see how grainy? I'm looking at this is the built-in, thank you, Ori. This is built-in laptop right now. So this is what you're getting when you're showing this type of image. And Lenovo is not a bad company. They make good products. It's just that web stuff is video and even audio. That's not their thing, Dave. They make great laptops. They make great PCs. But when it comes to the integrated built-in webcam, it just falls way short of the mark.
And let alone what you're showing now is just the video, Rolando.
Yeah.
The audio experience that you would get from a laptop, I mean, same thing. It's just it doesn't stand up to an external hardware solution like the Poly Studio.
And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. So that was the last thing we're going to leave our audience with, unless you want to throw a few more things, is what that audio sounds like. I'm going to put on the Skull chant. So you can, for all the Vikings fans, get them going so that maybe we can get some mojo for the rest of the season. Let's see. You'll see what this sounds like. Here we go. You can move it over to the main cam, Ori. There we go. Audio's coming from the...
So it's just coming from the speakers on the Studio USB. Wow. He's really into that.
Freaking awesome, man. You know what? I haven't been to some of the other stadiums, the new stadiums the Vikings it used to be called the Metro Center or Metrodome, but it is raucous. I've been to 2 games there and it's just unbelievable. I'd love to see what the new field over in the AT&T field, and I'd love to go to and it's not called the new Candlestick Park over in San Francisco, but the Viking stadium, the US Bank Stadium. Those people know how to cheer for their team.
Is that the stadium that they built specifically to reflect sound so it would sound louder than it really is? Isn't that a form of cheating?
No. It is giving your team the best home field advantage. Right? Let's face it, these are professionals, right, Dave? Yes, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but you go to the Mercedes-Benz Dome in New Orleans, the Superdome. It's loud. It's just an enclosed stadium. The loudest stadium, I'm told, is the Seahawks. They're positioned perfectly for the acoustics to make it louder. So you don't necessarily have to have an enclosed stadium to have the loudest. Theirs is the loudest, and it's not enclosed.
Right. Well, so the demo was pretty good. I could hear it. It sounded really good. There was no distortion or anything. It's tough to demo a big product like this for the audio quality because at the same time you're also using our own microphone, so it's kind of passing through and whatnot. It looks like Minnesota has an easy one coming up.
Oh yeah, who are they playing?
So you're playing the Lions early afternoon,
but it's a in-conference rivalry, so anything could happen.
Always tricky.
Right, it could be a sleeper. One of those they're looking past the Lions to the next team, but that could be very tricky if they're doing that. Ori, shoot it to Dave so I can just move there we go. So I can move this out of my background.
So we have so much product that Rolando must be looking to rent a storage space. We get pretty excited working with the manufacturers and have this opportunity to show off the hardware. We could see a new monitor behind him. This was from yesterday. This is the P21 all-in-one personal video system, and the product that we're showing here much different. It's not for personal use. Again, it's for the the larger huddle spaces. And again, the office trends. I was listening to a podcast recently, and they were asking this expert, what do you think will happen with all of this empty office space? What will come of this? And a lot of folks are talking about hoteling. So it would be nice that when folks are in a hybrid work situation, when they need to come in, they need to have some personal space, or even just go in and use one of these rooms. They could walk in, they have a nice little room, nice camera, the display, and hopefully a poly setup like this. Oh, and what do we have here?
We have one of the guys over from Poly demonstrating. This is, I believe, the studio USB, showing how it works, plugs in. I forgot this gentleman's name. Maybe we could ask Neil when he comes on. I know he knows this gentleman. I'm not familiar with him, but you could see there it's the same thing. That's one of the things, one of the pointers. Let's go to a pro tip, Ori. Pro tip numero uno for the day. So when you use, whether it's this particular webcam or camera, or even cameras, you're shooting with your own iPhone or Android, you want to shoot it at a higher angle than eye level. You're going to get a much more flattering, much more a better angle that's going to show you off. I did not know anything about cameras and angles and all that, but something that I've learned in the last couple of months and in working with Ori, our producer, is that you're gonna show yourself better, especially in a conference room or even personally. So if you've got you're shooting with, where did it go? Shooting with your smartphone instead of here, where we most of the time we shoot, you want to raise it up a little bit more. It's gonna look a lot better. May reduce those bags, if you can't get rid of them, but the better shot is above. Trust me, the better shot is above. So slightly above your eye level, you're going to get a much better viewing angle. You'll look more flattering to the people that you're watching, instead of that infamous up the nose shot that everybody gets when they're using their laptop. So if you have a laptop too, and that's all you've got, raise it up, prop it up on a book or something, or a stand. You're going to get a much better angle, and people are going to thank you for it. So that's the pro tip numero uno for the day. All right. Where are we? Because I completely lost my. Oh, I see where we are. We're in the P15 to P21. No, I heard Dave talk about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we wanted to talk about how this is slightly different from the P15 and P21, because it kind of sits within a similar pricing structure. The P15 and the P21, those are personal video devices, not designed for a room. Yes, you might be able to have someone parked next to you to be on a video call. But we did the P15 personal video bar yesterday.
Yep.
And then the Studio P21 that you have right behind you there, which is really an amazing piece of hardware. It includes everything, including the display, the lights, the integrated camera, the integrated microphones, the integrated speakers. That is a hot piece of hardware.
I got to tell you, Dave, it's a new type. It's a new class, or probably a new class or a new category of webcams. I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of cameras that I have here around me. It is completely different from any of those 7, because it's got the integrated camera into the display, but then you have the audio built in. It doubles as a second monitor, and you can wirelessly charge your own mobile device if that device supports the wireless charging.
Yeah,
I mean, it is completely different. I don't even know what I call it, just an all-in-one, because that's essentially what it is. It's your audio, video, and it's got some buttons built in so that if you want to program the functions, if you're watching media or whatever, we went through some of this. I think a full, thorough, answer the community style type of not just review, but tutorial on what it does, because we would spend an entire program just going over on all the features it does. I also wanted to, Brian lets us know that the name of the gentleman in the video, he's the product. He's the director of product marketing over at Poly, and his name is Brian Phillips. So Brian Phillips, you're doing a great job with the videos. Maybe you can give me some pointers on some of that stuff too. Yeah. So Brian, kudos to you. Thanks for letting us know, Brian Amato, Brian A, as we'll refer to you. All right. We were talking about Teams and Zoom. Dave, you want to hit a little bit more? I was talking about Zoom and what that the Studio USB is certified, which is what we showed earlier.
Yep.
You could use it for Teams as well. You can certainly use that. It makes your life a lot easier. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just started using Teams. It's not what we use as a standard. You know, it's important for us to really use all the different applications that are out there. So I'm somewhat of a Teams newbie, but when we take a Teams device and we connect it in, from there, everything is really straightforward. Most of the hardware that's Teams certified like this, they have full integration for things like call control, starting video calls, the audio controls. It would kind of mirror itself to what you see on your interface for Teams on your computer. So it just makes it very simple. And that certification, again, it also gives you that confidence that you can work with Microsoft and they can help support the hardware if needed. They appreciate it when there's optimized devices for Teams. And it just allows for easier support down the road if the product is certified for it.
And also worth pointing out, Dave, when we're talking about Microsoft as well as devices, with Poly, you also have an additional layer of service. There's an optional service that allows you to manage every single endpoint so they can get all upgraded at the same time. They're running the same firmware. You can know the status of the device, the health status, as well as where they're located so that you have an awesome asset tracking capability. Because Dave, I know that many organizations bought thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of devices, and they have no idea where they're at. They have no way to audit or account where they're located or who has them.
Right.
Poly has a service that sits on top as a layer that allows you to have all that visibility as an IT manager or a business owner.
That'll be something that we'll have to dive into. We'll need to set up maybe a full solution suite where we have some video devices, we have some audio devices out on a network. We'll look at the asset manager interface. Maybe we'll have a specialist from Poly come on board and they can really dive into it and show the value of it, because it certainly sets them apart from other brands out there. Again, they're not number one in the industry by chance or luck. It's not just about that hardware. That back-end support piece it's just so important, and we'll work really hard to bring you more information so that we can share that with you.
Absolutely, Dave. Thanks for reminding us about that. And just a plug here, if you like what you're seeing, if you like this content, go ahead and bump the like button, as it lets us know that you support us. That's the way of showing the love. You want to show us some love? Bump that like button. Whatever platform you're on today, it's got a like or a thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit that, and this content will go to more people, and more people will share the love. So I appreciate if you could do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Dave, I think we covered it all on this particular device. No, or did we have something else that we wanted to talk about?
No, I think really what we want to do is we want to go to the end screens. We want to point the viewers to some of the other shows that we've done. We can throw that up, Ori.
All right. And Dave and I have a load of other videos where we can walk you through several other topics that you'll want to check out. We have the future of work, as well as a bunch of devices that we covered on Cyber Monday regarding video, audio, and headsets. So go ahead and jump in those if you want to get further details and information about those devices.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Hey everyone, can you hear me? It's me, Eric, the intern co-host. And right now we are at a short break while Rolando and Dave get ready for the next segment of What the Tech special this Tech Tuesday. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to everyone watching from Amazon Live. We have 6 viewers. Hey there. Big shout out to Mind Choices Zone Podcast UK, who was asking, are you using StreamYard or XSplit? We're actually on StreamYard right now, and I am an animated character using Character Animator. Hello. Alright, so we wanted to play a very, very small game where we're taking names. We're taking names and we're listing them down, and maybe we might give away a Blackwire headset from Poly. Who knows? The game, though, is you need to be listening right now, and you need to type in a keyword as I say it live. So, let me type the banner over here. Type the word Eric says, and you can win a headset. Alright. Alright, so our game during this break right now, our special word is pineapple. If you type pineapple in chat, anywhere in chat right now, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Amazon especially. If you're listening on Amazon, just type the word pineapple in the comments right now, and we'll take your name down and put you into our giveaway, which we will do at the end of the show. Alright, so secret word right now. Secret word is pineapple. Also, if you have any questions for the guys, keep them ready, because when they come back, they're going to be taking questions from the community and going to be answering as much of the frequently asked questions from, people around the industry, wondering which headset you might want to get for your office, for your home office, or for your going back to the office. It's a perfect time to ask. If you wanted to know what the heck a dongle is, these guys are the expert on it, and for sure they'll be able to answer any of your questions. And once again, another big reminder, at 3 p.m. Eastern we're having Neil Fluester from Poly, and we're excited to have him on the show for the first time. Alright, so whoever's still tuning in, we're still playing our break game, and our break game is if you type in the special word that I say, you get to be put in the running to win a headset, a Blackwire headset from Poly. So our secret word right now is pineapple. Any takers? Any takers? I see 8 people on Amazon. Hey, 8 people on Amazon. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Alright. So just type in the word pineapple in any of the chat boxes. We're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. I see a viewer on YouTube right now. Hey, shout out to you on YouTube. If you want a chance to win a Blackwire headset, just type the word pineapple in the comments, and you get a chance to win. All right. So we have T-minus 10 minutes before people come back. Ooh, big shout out to Brian Hendricks. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow on Amazon, Brian Hendricks. If you want to play the game, you just need to type the word I'm saying right now, and our special word during this break is pineapple. So just simply type pineapple, and you have a chance of winning a Blackwire headset. There we go. We got 2 people typing pineapple in the comments right now. We have Amazon customer and we have Brian Hendricks. Thank you, Brian Hendricks. Your entry is noted. You are now in the running to win a Blackwire USB headset. Amazon customer, I don't know if we can identify you, but maybe you need to maybe you need to hit the follow button up here, or up here or down here on mobile, and you can find out who you are. Alright, so right now we have Brian Hendricks, but the person above him in the chat just says Amazon customer. So feel free to shoot us a direct message. Feel free to shoot us a direct message at any of our platforms where you can just find us at Global Tech Worldwide on Amazon, facebook.com/Global Tech Worldwide. You know, just hit us up on any of these platforms and you can verify your identity. Alright, but thank you for playing. Thank you for playing, Brian. If you don't mind us asking, let us know where you're tuning in from. And, hope you're having a fun time watching the show. Alright, Brian is watching from Fairview, Tennessee. Awesome. If there's the rain state? The great state, the granite state. Granite state? I'm not sure. Titans. All right. Tennessee Titans. Rolando is telling me in my ear he's playing the producer for now during our break. Another big shout out to B Gardner. Thank you for the follow. Hey, shout out to the 9 people on Amazon watching. If you wanted to play the game, our special word during this break is pineapple. And after 3 p.m., when we have Neil on, we're going to draw a winner for a Blackwire headset from Poly. Alright, so that's as simple as the game is. Just type in the special word, and the special word is pineapple. Alright, so if you missed the first segment of our show today, we had a quick rundown on the Poly Studio USB, one of Poly's premier products for huddle rooms. And it looks like this, as shown by Brian Phillips, Director of Product Marketing at Poly. So there's the Poly Studio USB, and he's gonna go switch to a view where he demonstrates what the Poly Studio USB's feed looks like. So there it is. That's some of the footage from the Poly Studio USB, and that's what Rolando and Dave covered in the first segment of today's Tech Tuesday special show. If you're still tuning in, I know a lot of people are tuning in on Amazon. Play our game. All you need to do is type pineapple in the chat, and you can win a headset later. Alright, so as always, wanted to give a big shout out to Brian Phillips, Director of Product Marketing at Poly, for showing us what the Poly Studio USB looks like in a huddle room. Alrighty, so we're just waiting for our hosts to come back, and we will be resuming in about 5 minutes. So hope you guys had fun playing our game today. Ooh, there we go. B Gardner also commented pineapple. Man, might wanna add the E over there, but we're not gonna be strict today. So B Gardner, let us know where you're watching from, and you are now in the running to win a Blackwire headset. Thanks for watching on Amazon. All right. How about on LinkedIn? Let us check our other channels. To our viewers on Facebook and YouTube, you are also part of the game. All you need to do is type in the word pineapple in the chat box. Right, B. Gardner says they're from Lodi. Is this California? I'm not sure what the codes are for each state, but yeah. Lodi, CA. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you are having a great Tech Tuesday. And yeah, hope the Thanksgiving weekend was great over at yours. I know it was for mine, even if I'm a cartoon. All right. So once again, I'm Eric, and I'm the intern co-host on Tech12 and What the Tech, two of the shows of Global Tech Worldwide. And right now, I'm filling in while Rolando and Dave, our actual hosts, are taking a quick break. But play a game with me. Play a game. Whether you're watching from Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Amazon, if you type in the word pineapple in the comments, you get a chance to win a Blackwire headset from Poly. We'll be revealing the winner during the stream, at the end of the stream, sometime around 3 p.m. Eastern, before Neil Fluester comes in. So we still have two segments for today. We have the Answering the Community segment, where we answer some of the most frequently asked questions on Amazon, YouTube, and Facebook regarding headsets and other office devices. And around 3 p.m. we're having Neil Fluester, host of Poly Weekly News, on the show. All right, we got another contestant joining us, Elaine Alvarez. Thank you for typing pineapple. You are now in the running. Also, TX Bud. Thank you. We'll be inputting your names in a draw at the end of the stream, towards the end of the stream rather, and congratulations to the winner later. Thank you for playing. All right, so I'm just checking in on our hosts if they are ready. Rolando says, "Go Vikings." Hence the skull chats earlier. Oh. Unfortunately, our Amazon stream went down.
So today I'll be answering your most frequently asked questions that you've been asking for the whole year. And we've got it all for you live, as well as some surprises in store for you. So go ahead, sit back and relax and see what were the most frequently asked questions this year. Maestro, roll the intro. And welcome to What the Tech. I'm Rolando, the founder of Global Tech Worldwide. And on What the Tech, we talk about business. We talk about business trends. And we also do office technology. And we review it and let you know what we found. We put our 20 years of expertise so that you can make informed decisions about the products and solutions that are appropriate for you. But before we get to all the reviews and all the questions that we have for today, I got to bring out Mr. Dave Kelly.
Listen,
hey, Dave.
what another great introduction. I am not the star of this show. You know who's the star of this segment? Customers. Frequently asked questions, the people of the internet. You know what? The internet's a great place to go find information, but sometimes they look and they can't find answers to the questions. So that's why we come in handy. You know, we sell on different platforms. We interact with a lot of people in different ways. Sometimes it's through video, sometimes through phone, but sometimes it's just folks that are posting questions on our website. So that's what we're going to focus on today. And remember, there are no stupid questions, only
dumb people. No.
That was just for interpretation. I wasn't sure what you were going to say after that, so I left it open. Interesting.
No, there are no dumb people. They're just, everybody has their own knowledge level, right? Some people are at the entry level, some people are advanced, some are in between. There are no dumb questions, and we field all questions. So go ahead, send us your questions this hour because we will be answering them as well. But Dave, we've got stuff that people always ask us, and I think we'll probably be answering these set of questions in perpetuity in one way or another, because over the years, people keep asking them, and there's got to be a reason why, right? It's certainly not because we're not shouting and telling folks how or what these answers are. We certainly want to help our audience as well as our customers and all those in between who may have some questions. And we're going to have some help. Don't we have some help on this? Don't we have some folks already lined up to ask some questions, Dave?
Yeah, we do. So we have some people that are out on the interwebs out there right now that have some questions. So who are we going to start with here? All right.
Let's see. Our producer's bringing somebody out look at that from the green room. We've got our first.
Hello.
Oh, hello there, sir. Where are you joining us from today?
Hi, I'm Jim from Tennessee.
Oh, Jim. And, thanks for joining us today, Jim.
Thank you for letting me hop on the show today, Rolando and Dave. I'm a big fan of What the Tech. I catch you every Tuesday. And
awesome.
Your intern Eric told me earlier that I get to ask one question today. One question. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, by the way? Hello.
Yes. It sounds like you're coming to us from the internet. But go ahead and ask your question. Ask away.
All right. So I got these new dang-fangled new headsets, and I was really wondering, do I really need that dongle? Because I keep losing the damn things.
Oh, that's got to be probably one of the most asked questions, not just this year, but probably as long as dongles have been around, Dave.
He actually he mentioned a really good point there. He said that he loses them. You've lost a dongle before?
I mean, do I really need that dongle?
They're so important. They're so important. I'll take a quick stab at the answer.
Go for it, Dave.
So depending on the Bluetooth device that you're trying to connect to, you probably want to consider using this dongle. Now, if you're just taking that headset or earbuds and you want to pair them up to your cell phone, your mobile device, they handle audio really good. It's kind of what it's designed for. So the native Bluetooth that's on your cell phone, you don't need to use a dongle with that. The dongle comes into play when you're connecting to another device like a PC or a laptop. PCs and laptops do have Bluetooth. I admit that. we're not trying to oversell you. When we put our bundles together and we have the headset and we put the dongle on there, we're not trying to sell you something that you don't need. What we're trying to do is give you full capability so that you can use it on all of your devices. Use that dongle when you're using your PC or your laptop. Now, it is worth noting, I've seen some laptops handle Bluetooth pretty well, but we could never put a list of laptops that we've tested without a dongle, because frankly, there's just too many. That's why Poly and some of the other brands, they're not listing all of the laptops and that it would be compatible with. Make it really easy. Use the dongle. Hopefully it's the same branded dongle, so when you're buying a Poly headset, get the one that has the dongle, or you can buy the dongle afterwards, but keep them on brand so that they talk the same language and you'll have the absolute best experience. Now, Rolando, something that I've kind of been kicking around in my mind is, what sort of tips or tricks, what can we offer so that folks don't misplace or lose these dongles? They're so important and valuable, yet they're so small. Some of them are really only like this big.
Well, I myself find it, especially because I play around with so many of these. I'm going to show you what I actually have on my desk. I have a little. This is a little. When do we go? Oh, go to the wide shot here. I have this tray here. You know what?
Okay.
I'm going to do this. Watch this. I'm going to bring it close.
Oh, saw that coming.
Yeah, I saw it coming from a mile away. Hold on. Whoops, I grabbed the picture there. So, you know what? I forgot we're on manual mode. Look at that. So I'm dropping them, but I've got a little, like just a small little, like saucer-like thing where I put them. So even if you had one, you drop it in there, or you have another adapter. Oh, I dropped another one. You put it in there when you're not using it, and you leave that on your desk, you're going to be fine.
You have a couple of $100 worth of dongles right there.
Yeah. Well, we got to play around to all of them, all of the different companies that we work with. So that's how I keep a hold of them, because otherwise they'd be gone and missing. So, Jim, I advise you, just for the fact that you're losing a bunch of them, find something little, like a little saucer, something, a little teeny little dish, even like the cap of a bottle. If you've got that, put it on your desk, leave it there. You'll know that's the place for your dongle. Now, more importantly is, what are you going to do with the dongle? If you're moving it around like you're saying, I could see why you're having a problem with it. But let me tell you, with the dongle, one of the things that you can do, and I'm going to try to do this on the fly. We weren't planning on doing this, but you see right at the top there, right up here, that is called a Blue Beacon range extender. That's going to get you some first of all, better signal. That's the number one reason why Bluetooth dongles were designed to do. So you can get a better signal, a dedicated resource on your PC. And that is the main problem with many laptops, many PCs, is that when you use the native Bluetooth connection, you will get intermittent audio. You will get jitter. You will get interference, because some USB ports have a signal that's in the same frequency range as the Bluetooth signal. Why that has happened, it's beyond me to know. I just know that the folks over at Intel Corporation, which make a lot of these processors and chips, actually say that in a white paper. Why? I don't know. But if Intel says it, boy, I believe them. They have some smart people over there, engineers. So we've designed a device that allows you to take that interference and those problems away by using this adapter called the Blue Beacon. And with the Blue Beacon, I use it here. As you can see, it's mounted right above my monitors. I can go clear across to my kitchen. I can also go all the way out to the front door. So my office here, my home office, my studio, sits in the back of the house, and I can go clear all the way to the front with it. Now, without it, I can't. I can get maybe halfway over and get into the kitchen area, and the signal drops with every Bluetooth device that I've had. All of them. It doesn't matter what brand, if it's Poly, if it's Jabra, they've all EPOS, all of them drop as soon as I turn the corner to get into my kitchen. With this, I can go in the kitchen. I can actually go to the front door, and that shows you that you need that line of sight. with that line of sight, you're going to be able to get a better signal. You'll stay connected to the PC or laptop that you happen to be using. I use a MacBook, but behind me I also have a Lenovo, and I've seen the problem on both. So there is no computer that's immune to this problem. And we have yet to find a comprehensive list that says, these are the good laptops, these are the bad ones, these are the ones that have good signal, these are the ones that have bad signal. It doesn't exist because there's just no consistency. And that's why, Dave, so many manufacturers have Bluetooth dongles. There's so many inconsistencies all over the place with these dongles, as well as, I should say, with the USB ports and the Bluetooth inside of a lot of these manufacturers. You know, we did a test just to flip it around a little bit. You know, we did an earbud test recently, and I was quite surprised that the earbuds worked well on my MacBook, because we've found many Bluetooth devices don't work well in real time, and we were doing a video conference with it. So so if you want to see that, we can put links to that earbud test so that you can see that later on. So, but needless to say, inconsistency across the board with the laptops and PCs. The Bluetooth dongle and the Blue Beacon that I use, we also have that available. So if you're watching us on Amazon, you have the ability to get that right now. We had them in stock. We have them in stock, ready to go, and Amazon will drop it right at your front door if you so would like to get that right now.
And hey, Jim, why don't we send you a complimentary one?
Oh, gotcha.
All right. So, Jim, we'll go ahead and we'll send you one of these Blue Beacons. And Rolando, it's just important to point out, you know, it's pretty simple. It's an antenna. Antennas point up in the air. When we put a dongle in, it's usually sitting sideways. Sometimes it's sitting down below under our feet. So
Right.
just getting that signal to go up in the air, that's where it goes. I love the Blue Beacon device. I hope that's something that folks will find to be valuable. We'd love to give some more away, so we'll give one away to Jim. If people want to hit us up on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Amazon, chat with us live, tell us why you need one, and we'll take care of you.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Ro. I appreciate
Jim.
I appreciate the free Blue Vegan, by the way, because, you know, it's kind of hard to grip those dongles when I don't have them. So you can see I
do you have
literally have the
thumbs?
full
You don't have
appendages.
thumbs.
No, I only have these stretchy arms. But
They're
thank
clamps.
you guys once again, and appreciate the time. Appreciate the time.
All right,
All
Jim.
right.
Thanks for
guys.
chatting with us. Hey, Dave, that's Jim joining us from, what do you say, Tennessee?
Yep. He's down from Tennessee. We have a couple of other fans and friends down in Tennessee.
All right. We sure do. Absolutely. And I'm being told that we now have one part of the British sensation in our green room. He is the man that needs absolutely no introduction, but I will give him one because he deserves it. Oh, I love it. You did him dirty, Ori. I love it. Oh, I can't wait to see what he says. He is Neil Fluester. We could do jokes probably all day. Find out who speaks the best Brit, the best English. Is it the folks on that side of the pond or our side of the pond? But needless to say, Neil Fluester, he's the product director over at Poly for the EMEA region. He's the host of Poly Weekly News. Those guys do such a really bang-up job. We get inspired. I can say that for my part. I'm inspired by what they do, and I borrow some ideas from them. So I will also let him know that I borrow some of his wonderful ideas and use it here on our podcast. And let's welcome out of the green room our British mate from the UK.
Hey,
Neil
y'all.
Fluester.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
how we
okay?
do it.
Does that work?
Who talks like that?
I beat the Texans. There's a guy, Rudy, at our place, and I've been doing some North American meetings. He's trying to teach me Texan. What can I say?
Oh
Hello,
my-
good afternoon, and
Yeah.
yes, welcome to some proper Queen's English. Here we go.
Oh my! Joining us live. So for those folks that don't know who Neil, I've told you who Neil is, but he's joining us live from London right now.
From London.
London. Hey, Neil, are you guys under lockdown? Just curious. Are you guys free to roam around, or what's the situation right there right now?
We've as I think I mentioned to you, we've just been out to see Father Christmas. So I'm on the good list apparently.
Okay.
But today we have to wear masks again. So they took the mask thing away. We're now into masks. But Europe, so Holland, Belgium, places like that, they are in lockdown again. So this new Omicron variant is starting to clamp in. But so far, touch wood, we're okay. It's just that the masks have come back in, and you have to do some more tests if you travel and stuff.
Okay, I know this new variant is gonna. I don't know if it's game changer. They're still trying to evaluate, but it seems like countries are not taking any risks with this. So be safe. I'm glad you're able to.
I mean, we can embrace this. Let's lockdown 2.0. Let's do it properly this time.
Why not? Right not. We have more info about it, so hopefully we do it better. But that's part of the reason why you're here. Folks are the environment is evolving. Like you're saying, this new variant, maybe people are gonna now come back away from the office instead of as much hybrid. Maybe it's a little more remote, and that's kind of what we wanted to have you here. I wanted to know. Tell me what you're hearing from customers as you're talking to them, engaging with other folks. What are they telling you with this current environment? It's topsy-turvy. They're all going to go be remote, or they're going to be more remote from the corporate standpoint and policies. What are you hearing?
Yeah, we heard a lot about kind of people starting to talk about return to office, and the big thing around that was meeting equity. We've all been used to over the last 18 months of this torso view, the face and the shoulders, and you see that, and then you go back into the office, and then it's like little dots down the edge of tables. And we've always typically designed our meeting spaces around the people in the room. And as people start to plan their return to office, as they have been, it's about the people who aren't in the meeting room. It's trying to give those people who do want to stay at home because they don't want to travel or they get better experience, to get them a better, to give them more equity, to give them more inclusion, and to make them feel as if they're not, external to the meeting room if they don't travel in. So, there's things like obviously Smart Gallery from Zoom, Microsoft and Teams are talking about some more equitable capabilities in those platforms, and obviously we've got some great camera tracking technology built into some of our solutions that just allow for that more equal experience if some people are in the office, some people at home, and trying to bring that together. But soon we're going to be talking about webcams and headsets again, and home studios, I'm sure.
Right. No, and let me ask you this other thing. I know that obviously the global situation with the supply chain is everywhere, no matter what product you sell. How does Poly sit right now, where as products stand? Are things generally available? You guys also seeing any effects of that?
It does vary product by product. I mean, the amazing thing about Poly now is, I was originally from Polycom, so we did the phones and the video, and obviously then Plantronics bought Polycom to become Poly, and now add headsets and all the personal devices. The portfolio is so broad. So for me to kind of go, oh yeah, that line of phones has an issue, but that line of heads, I mean, again, generally we're okay. There are a few kind of products that have got a bit of a squeeze. We are working on a first in, first out basis. So again, trying to prioritize customers that need stuff. But generally, I think most things are okay. Again, there's a few little crunches here and there, but generally, MTRs are good. P series is good. Again, if you want a product by product, we can probably go through them. But generally, most things are okay. But there is the big challenge with all of this is that we all use the same chips. We're all, us, our competitors, and Apple and Tesla and Apple put in a bigger order for TI or Qualcomm or whatever processor or chip that they want to use, and they're bigger than we are. So again, we're all struggling here and fighting over those same resources. But go on.
No, I was going to say, and so basically what I hear you saying is, if you have the opportunity to go ahead and grab something, and you're a customer, whether you want one device or you want hundreds, if it's there, get it. Don't wait, because it may be gone.
Yeah, as I say, we are prioritizing things on a first in, first out basis. So again, most things are shipping okay. I mean, obviously everyone wants an E70, everyone wants an X70, the new shiny things. We're all magpies. We all want the new shiny stuff. What can we say? So so again, those are rolling through, but generally most products are okay. And again, we've got the luxury in the fact that we actually manufacture ourselves. A lot of people go out to third parties to actually manufacture and fabricate. We've got our production line in Tijuana in Mexico. it's up and running, and again, things are being built there in our own Poly works. We're not say reliant on fabs and things like that to put some of our stuff together. So we're quite lucky with that.
That's smashing, mate. I want to ask you about one other thing.
Go on.
What's
Go on,
up?
Governor.
Go on. Let's get it on. We'll get it on. What's up with this pick? What's going on over here? Ori, roll it back. Roll it back a few seconds to what? Oh, I love it. I love it.
Phones. We were like, I think that was when we had Andre on Poly Weekly News, and we were going, yeah, we still do phones. Do we still again? Latest new phone. Actually, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't talk about that. I've got lots of secret products on my desk, which I'm probably not supposed to talk about. These phones here. People, everyone's different. We talk about personas at Poly. People. I use a P15, and on the show on Monday, people go, "Why weren't you using the mics on your P15?" And it's because I need DECT to be able to run. I love that blue beacon thing you were talking about. It's so true. Factoid for you: the aerials in a Bluetooth dongle, the RF, it's like a mushroom. It transmits like a mushroom.
That's right.
So it comes out like this. So again, if you're got the dongle there, your mushroom's going up and down into your table and into the air. And as you say, if you turn it up vertically, then it's going to go out that way, and you're going to get much wider spread. So I love that blue beacon thing. That is awesome. But yes, everyone's different. Some people like handsets, some people like headsets, some people like speakerphones. Syncs, amazing thing. And so some people like. We're all different. I'm weird in the fact that I have a stereo headset, and everyone says, "Why do you only have one on and one off?"
I've seen that on your Poly Weekly News. I've seen you with, and I'm like, "What's up with that? Tell us what the deal with the stereo headset and wearing one earpiece behind you."
It's mainly so I can hear what's going on. Like the dog is barking outside the door at the moment.
You have a small dog. It sounded like a small bark.
This isn't the Focus, actually. This is an 8220. It doesn't have noise block in it, but the great thing is I can actually get up and let the dog in and find out what she actually wants and see if she wants to come alive on the show, maybe. Are you going to come and say hello? You going to say hello? But yes, it's so I can hear what's going on.
What's the doggy's name?
This is Pepper.
Go on.
Pepper is a Maltese-poo. That's not what you have after a curry. She's a Maltese poodle. There you go.
Maltese poodle. Oh my goodness.
I have I'm hearing my dog upstairs. I don't know if she's coming through the microphone. She's a Maltese and I can never even know. My whole family's like, "Why do you not know what kind of dog we have?" I'm like, because
everything's a poo or a doodle, isn't it? It's like you got Labradoodle. The funniest one my son always says to me is the Havanese and poodle, which is a Havapoo.
That's what my dog is. A Havanese and a Maltese.
Oh, there you go. So I wouldn't even like to guess what name that is. She's gone now.
Maltese.
Havanese.
Havanese. Yeah, I think Havanese is the thing. We've gone off topic. We're talking about dogs rather than tech, but this is what the dog, not what the tech.
But that happens sometimes. So we've got some questions that have been filtering in. They've been coming in just for you, just for this segment. Do we have some of those queued up, Ori? All right, go ahead. Let's roll with those questions for Neil. There we go.
Love that.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Roger that. 10-4.
And
all
so,
right. Yes. Hello.
No.
Check. 1, 2. Check.
Yeah.
Related to Tennessee, obviously.
Go ahead. This one's not from Tennessee. Sir, where are you from today?
I'm from Tampa.
No. Yeah,
that's right.
It's Tony from Tampa. Weren't you on our show with CJ a couple months ago?
Exactly. That was me.
That was you. Oh, I thought I recognized that face.
Just wanted to say hello. Hi, Neil. How you doing? Big fan of Poly Weekly News. And
good man.
Thank you for joining Rolando and Dave on What the Tech today. And
I've been waiting for them to ask me. They keep getting other people on from Poly. I've just been waiting for my invite. So
It came in.
Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
All right. So just as a question, they said we could ask you anything.
Go on.
And I'm a big fan of the whole live streaming thing. What advice would you give to your younger self if you had to do it again?
Oh wow!
Like the whole show.
don't nail yourself down to every Monday at 3 p.m., which is right when school pickup is, and it's really tough to like do it every single week at the same time and get the guests in. I mean, I watch a lot of like marketing. I love Gary Vaynerchuk stuff. I love Casey Neistat and Tim Schmoyer and all those people that do this kind of how to create content. We are all content creators now, more so because of lockdown. You know, we have to. What we need is people's attention. You can't talk about Poly products unless you've got someone's attention. So first, you need to get their attention. Once you've got their attention, then you can talk about BMW's cars, Pepsi Cola, or Poly products, and just people delivering a stream to people was and YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It's the first largest search engine for how do I. So as a platform, I think it's massively under utilized, certainly in our industry. And I think it's Think Media or Gary Vaynerchuk that says you just got to press record. Because my first video on YouTube, which is terrible, me in my shed talking through a trio, and then the first stream we did like 18 months ago was terrible. But you improve it, you build on it, you make it, you learn from it. But you've just got to press record. You just got to start. Once you start, you've got a baseline which you can then improve on. So anybody who's thinking about doing it and going, oh, my camera's not very good, my headset's, my mic's not very good, I don't know what, just start, and then you've got something to build on. If you just sit and you'll just never do it. So yeah, it doesn't matter how bad it is, just try it. And actually, live streaming is the best thing in the world because we go live at 3 o'clock. We normally finish by 3:30. It's done. No editing, no nothing. Yep. It's streamed out and then it lives, and I can get on with my day job.
And you know what? I've found it also sharpens your skills. So when you're talking to customers and they have objections or things come up, your brain is just processing things a little bit faster, because when things go wrong live, because they do, microphone goes down, all of a sudden
mess up my audio.
Yeah, any of these things happen, you're like, oh crap, and you're thinking just a little bit faster. When you have guests on, obviously, just when you start process, I just find that I can process a little bit faster than before, and just kind of anticipate that maybe something may come up, maybe something may not, may go smooth. And your brain starts working a little bit differently. Now, we did have something, Ori, my producers tell me, we have a little something. You mentioned about back in the day when you got going. Did we have something on that?
Sugar, what have you got?
Oh, there he is. There's the young chop. There's the young lad.
So, we are live.
Yeah, it's a startled rabbit in a headlights. Look at it.
Streaming.
What's going on?
And okay, I need to mute that. We're going to get lots of echo. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this live stream. I thought I'd do something a little bit radical, a little bit dangerous, and hopefully a little bit fun for all you out there. There is chat, so please get social, chat along, follow on Twitter and LinkedIn, and obviously please subscribe on YouTube if you're not already. This is going to be the first one of hopefully some more I will do with regards to some live streams that we'll put out. I just literally received this unit yesterday, and I thought it would be a great opportunity and a good bit of fun to open this up and cover this off.
Definitely pre-locked.
So this is the box. I posted it on LinkedIn and on Twitter last night. It literally arrived from the FedEx man.
Look, we've all been there, Neil. If you go back to our first episode or second episode, we were scattered and trying to find our footing and trying to find our look, trying to find our voice, and I could totally relate to that, man. I mean, didn't look like this when we started, like my backdrop.
You're very polished. Yeah, the StreamYard thing, again, I do everything in OBS, so mine's a bit more raw. But
we tried, you know what? We tried OBS. Dave, tell them what happened when we tried OBS on our end.
Yeah, well, we had multiple sources. And the stream got locked up because we didn't have enough bandwidth. Right. I had Rolando and I had opposite bandwidth issues. I forget exactly what they were, but yeah, it didn't support it. We were all prepared to go live. We hit live, and then everything froze up on us. There was a little embarrassing part on there where I didn't realize we were definitely a learning experience.
So
That's
it was so bad,
I'm saying.
Neil, that Amazon shut our feed down 3 times. That's how bad it was.
But StreamYard is great, I think. I mean, as I say, I think as a pod, because you can do all the comments in it, and you know, all the layouts are kind of in there, and I love it. So you can overlay the comments, can't you? Again, I don't know what you're obviously seeing the kind of producer presenter mode. I'm just seeing the guest mode, but it is far, because again, my guests just dial in on Zoom, and then I do a screen capture from Zoom, and then I cut it in a layout. The interesting thing is I've actually now started to use OBS for presentations. So sneak peek, let's see how this works. So when I present now, I think, again, people are getting bored of PowerPoint presentations. So we try and tell a bit of the story. So my new presentation is, let's see how this works. So this is how we used to do video conferencing. I used to be on a big telly in a room, and we had, you know, the X series, you know. So this is how video conferencing used to be in 2019. And then we all got told that we need to go home, and then this was video conferencing. This kind of terrible, like, blue tack on the cat. This was 2019, 2020.
Yes.
Yeah,
we're
all locked down, and it's okay, and that was cool. And then, you know, 2021. This is how we really want to do like work from home.
Love it.
That kind of storytelling, you know, through OBS is what I've started to do now. And again, I build that out, and we do the whole.
That is so polished. I like that, because you know what, it's you're able to capture the attention better than a slide.
Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the next slide.
Yeah, and people just falling up. You know, we had a guest on earlier in the year, Adam Mistrelli from IBM, and he gave us kind of an inside peek to what IBM is doing. And he said, you know, they're all in on remote. That's the first thing that they told us, but it's all about the experience, and that they had a production studio just for video now, and doing things in a way where it's an experience rather than just turning on the cameras and, you know, we're just looking at each other on Zoom. And so that to me was very telling, that if IBM is going in all in on experiences, and they're embracing the future of where work is going, then I would imagine the expectations level are just going to keep on increasing, as like what you're showing me. And, you know, you go to another presentation, people are going to see that. People are going to see the IBM story. People are going to see that Poly story. And, you know, they go see something else, they're just going to fall flat, right? And so people are going to have to up their game. Brands are going to have to up their game. They're going to have to upgrade their conference room. They're going to have to give folks at home better devices so that those experiences can be improved and enhanced. You know, all of the above. I think all of the above is on the table.
Yeah, totally.
You know, what's,
go on.
I was just going to say, what's kind of neat now is with folks that are doing all of these video calls, multiple calls every single day, you're almost advertising. Other people see your video quality and they'll say, what type of camera is that? What is that? And I'm every call I go into, there's always one setup that looks way better than the others. And I love it when they ask, because they'll say, what exactly are you using? And it's just nice. And then people do some research, and then someone will say, hey, Johnny, you know, you need to do something better. He's like, I need to upgrade my stuff. And then the next month you do another video call, and someone took someone else's advice. They're like, yeah, so we just bought the Poly Studio P21 too, and this is how it looks now. And so it's almost like when calls are starting, if it's with these normal groups, these normal partners that you have, people are seeing this gradual upgrading. You know, everyone's trying to do it a little bit better. So instead of having the nicer shirt, the nicer shoes, the nicer watch, they're upgrading the technology. I see it every single week, and I can see the change. I love it.
It's so true. You know, we all represent our brand, and whether you work for, as I say, obviously Poly as a UC company, or you work for a large petrochemical company or manufacturing company, you represent your brand. You wouldn't go into a physical meeting in a scruffy old t-shirt and a pair of ripped jeans. So why would you rock up on a remote call to a partner or a customer looking like rubbish?
Rubbish, mate? No.
Yeah, it didn't look terrible. I was going to say crap, but
Neil, I really like having you on too, because Rolando is focusing his attention away from my accent to someone else's accent.
Oh, so hey, what do you like? Do you like that Texas accent or that New England Boston kind of accent, Neil? What do you got in the UK? What do you guys find more fascinating, the Southern twang or that Boston or even that New York? What captures the attention of the UK folks?
I can do one word in New York, which is coffee. Have you got any coffee?
Coffee. I love teasing Dave about, when all he needs to say is Fenway Park all the time. I'm getting my car
don't get
to
me
Fenway
into
Park.
to fanny packs, because that means something completely different in England than it does in America. So don't go there.
Oh, Fenway Park. So you got to say it proper.
Fanny pack.
Well, we're mostly 99.
Is it a router or a router? Where are we going with that?
For me, router for sure.
Yeah,
Router,
see, routers cut wood. They make nice holes in wood.
Yes, they
Routers,
do.
that's what routers do. Routers route packets. You route a packet, you route a nice piece of wood.
Oh, interesting. Look at what we're learning today.
Actually, from your show, Neil, I learned sofa and couch.
So from couch, there you go. Chips and crisps is the one that I love doing when we do like a noise block demo. Normally I can do like a noise block demo, and chips and crisps, because chips are fries, crisps are crisps. So,
Crisp.
Don't call him Chris.
Tony, how hot is it in Tampa?
Tony,
go on, Tony. How hot is it in Tampa? Make me sick. Go on, make me feel bad.
It's a little bit hot, but I also have a joke for you, Neil. I joke for you. I wanted to ask everyone, how do you spell booster shot in the UK?
Booster shot. I haven't had mine yet because I had COVID less than 28 days ago, so I haven't had mine yet. But
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, so I was actually I had COVID on the show like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So,
oh boy, how do you even do that?
Well, I was okay because I had my vaccines. I was kind of okay, so I was just like a bit of a bad cold. But our guest Blur, because she had COVID as well. It was a disaster. But but booster shot. How do you spell it? I don't know the joke. Well,
I'll put it up on screen. I'll put it up on screen.
Love that. Like Worcestershire. That's like Worcestershire sauce, isn't it?
Yes, like Worcestershire. All right, thank you for answering.
We got like Liverpool and Birmingham and Geordie and Scouse and Mank and all those funny accents over here. So
I was before we got COVID, I was hoping on doing like a European tour to go see our partners that we have over there and other business folks that we work with. And it's unfortunate that we haven't been able to get out there, but I am so looking forward when things get better. I want Liverpool. I want to do all that Manchester. I want to hit all those places. We got folks we do business out there with, and I'm so looking forward to that when we can do that.
You can come here. I'm going to Tampa. It's hot there. Look at those cool airboats and they go through the Everglades and stuff. That's what I want to do.
Oh, then you're talking about going down to South Florida, the Miami area down there.
So I was talking to Rachel at our place. I'm a big boating guy, and I watched the Haulover Inlet. Is it down in Miami? Those boats going up that. Have you seen that? Those crazy boats going into the inlet in Miami.
No, the speed. Are you talking about speedboats?
Like speedboats. There's like
this
an inlet that goes into Miami, like called the Boca Inlet or Boca Inlet, and these speedboats go in, and the tide rips through there, and there's all these like speedboats going. That's where I want to go. I want to go there, and Everglades sounds cool as well, and Tampa just sounds hot.
You know what? I don't know about getting so close to those gators. They're not so friendly if you get a little too close to them.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that, but. Tony, thanks for checking in today. We appreciate you coming on the show again. Thank you.
All right.
He does the wave. Bye, Tony.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Cheers, Tony.
Thank you, Neil. Cheers.
Wonderful. That Tony from Tampa, he's something else. We had on earlier today, we had the Poly USB studio, and we actually shot some video on it. And the video, I was surprised. I see that. How good the studio. I mean, we plugged it in live, so it was a surprise to me to see what the quality was like. It was really good, and a huge upgrade from a like you were showing laptops. That's pretty much the standard what everybody's using. But obviously, that's not meant to be used at home. It's more of a conference solution. But I was amazed at how good that picture quality was.
And then Neil, he took off the protective film on the lens. He had left it on there.
They took it off, and it was like, oh, no, it's much better.
Right. So it was a sharp image, and then he had taken that off, and then it just got even better. But the colors were true. The tracking was perfect. How long did that take you to set up, Rolando? 3 minutes? 5
Yeah, it
minutes?
only took a few minutes to set it up and turn it on. And
I
put it
switched
on.
my mic. Is it still working, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Have you seen my cooking show, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Have you not seen my cooking show?
Give us a
hang
taste
on.
if you've got it.
Here you go. Let me give you a quick taste of a cooking show on the Poly Studio.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of Cooking with Poly. I'm your chef, Neil Fluester, and we're going to be cooking up a classic recipe of a huddle room with a new twist. The new twist is that this is going to be great for distance learning, for teaching applications, as well as even town hall meetings. What we're going to need is a pot to mix all our ingredients, and we're going to need those ingredients. So the first ingredient we need is noise block. Now, traditional noise block as an ingredient is well used across our portfolio, but this is a new version of noise block. It's so cool that it needs to be kept in the fridge. So let me grab this out for you. You can see it here. This is the new version of noise block. Now, the thing with it is it's a bit of a challenge to get out the packet. So let's do that now. There we go, get that into the pot. That's our noise block. Next up, what we're going to need is a little bit of acoustic fence. Now, the great thing about the acoustic fence is we can keep it in different locations and even adjust those locations. Now, I keep mine way up high, but you can adjust yours accordingly. So as I move up here to grab it out of the cupboard, here it is, you can see, we need to then put that into our mix and make sure that's well located in there. Next up, very important. Now, a lot of people scrimp on this ingredient and go for a really low quality version of this ingredient, but we at Poly make sure that we have the highest possible quality camera. 4K sensor with advanced production rules for tracking and framing. So get that into the mix. Now, what makes this recipe quite unique is obviously we want a little bit of Wi-Fi management. So we'll get our Wi-Fi management, pop that into the mix as well. And then you need to give it a really, really good stir. Make sure all those ingredients are nicely mixed up and folded up together, and then you need to get that into the oven and give it a nice cook to get it nice and toasty and warm. So a cooking tradition, here is one I have made earlier. This is the Poly Studio, and I'm showing off the new version 1.3 of the presenter mode. And presenter mode allows the studio to track in real time.
You liking that?
Love it. That is awesome. You kick ass when it comes to the chef presentation.
I love
it. Rocks.
And I love how you wrapped it up with the mirror.
With
like
the mirror,
that.
the reveal,
Really
the pack
cool.
shot. Come on.
So when did you put that together?
That was for our sales kickoff. That's it was a while back actually. That was when we launched presenter mode on the Studio USB. So yeah, it was a couple of 18 months ago probably. That video is on YouTube, I think. So we'll put a link up for it if people want to see it.
So I know that you've been doing the live for how long the live? Because I know you've been creating content for much longer than 18 months or 24 months.
I think it was May 19 we started. So yeah, it's about 18 months we've been doing the live, and we've missed a couple, but generally every Monday we've done it. I can't remember what number we're up to now, but actual content creation, I'd have to look through YouTube Studios to when the first one came out, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, I saw some videos that you had posted 5 years ago. It was some of the conference.
Trio was the first one. Trio was the first
may have
one.
been that one.
It was me in the shed doing a walkthrough on the Trio 8800.
I saw that first one. It was we were in a room showing off a product. I think it was the Trio. But you've come such a long way.
Yeah, I have like a shed at the garden. I used to work in like a shed at the bottom of the garden. I had carpet tiles on the wall, like grey carpet tiles on the wall. That was my my first studio setup.
Wow.
So was that something that you volunteered for, or did you lose a bet?
What, the carpet tiles or the shed?
No. Being the face of Polycom. So you're a large organization. Everyone knows who you are.
Well, I don't know about that, but I just started doing it again. It was really around again taking the story and the message out to the customer, and wanting to talk and demonstrate our products. And again, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, and just wanted to create real video. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of really nice produced, polished marketing videos, but I wanted to present real life and wanted to present real demonstrations of the product. So yeah, I'm just looking. Poly debut 2015, October 2015 was the first actual video. The trio one was actually the second. So yeah, 2015. So seven years. I've been at Poly for 10 years now. So
Wow.
Well, congrats. And you've done a wonderful job. I've seen some of those early videos. They've come a long way. You've polished the look.
Can't get worse.
Yeah, but that chef demo that you did, I think is the right tone. You've been here for 10 years, so you know that in this industry, there's not a lot to get excited about. There a lot of times you got to fit in that box, right? Including how you speak, talk, and like you say, present to customers. But this is, I think, you talk about Gary V. He mentioned this as well as others. I think Gary V had on the founder of I think American Apparel, right. And he was talking about why insurance companies, why these boring industry, insurance and banks, they pay up the nose for getting their information, the word out about them, because it's boring and that doesn't sell as much, right? And the social media world is really just kind of taking over messaging. And if that's happening, you got to meet the people where they're at. Oh, speaking of people, I see we have Tatiana and Henry. We got to give them a shout out. I guess they just started following us on Amazon Live. So Tatiana and Henry, thank you for joining us on Amazon Live. Thank you very much. Joining us for the first time. So go ahead, if you haven't, bump that follow and like button so we can spread this message.
Smash that like, hit the subscribe.
There you go.
Tell your friends.
There you go. Smashing, Mike. I love it. I love it. That's gonna make it my goal for 2022. I'm gonna work on my British English.
Your British English, proper Queen's English. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think we had another. Do we have another one, or do we have somebody else that's got a question that we gotta for Neil?
Oh, worried when you get these people coming in with questions.
Yeah, we do.
I love it.
Hello again. Welcome. Why am I welcoming myself to the show?
Yeah, where are you joining us? Where are you joining us from today?
I'm actually joining you from India. I'm an Indian monster.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what time is it there? Crikey. What time is it in India? Goodness.
I don't know. It's permanently daytime where they keep me.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, Neil.
They just put things under the door.
Yes.
Seats are under the door.
And what is your name?
They said we can.
I don't know if we introduced you. What is your name?
Oh, sorry. My name is Rindeep.
Okay, Rindeep. Thank you for joining us, Rindeep. We've got Neil Fluester from the UK on today from Poly. What's your question?
All right, Neil. So my question is simple. Who is your most memorable guest on Poly Weekly News?
Oh my goodness.
Dave Danto doesn't count, but big shout out.
Yeah, I can't use Danto. I love Stephen Schaefer. You probably don't even know who that is. So he's in our CTO group at Poly, and he has something like 32 patents to his name.
Ooh.
He developed all of any of the camera tracking, the speaker tracking, group framing, the presenter mode stuff. Him and his team developed that. They engineered that and developed that. He's an I say I'm a PowerPoint techie. He's a real techie and a real, really, really clever guy. And I'm in awe and always wowed whenever I hear him talk about how they do the, sound source location, the framing and the tracking and all that kind of stuff. It's just amazing to listen to him and his topic. I'm trying to think who else there. I mean, Neto was great actually on Monday because he's really inspiring. You think I don't even scratch the surface of social media and content. He's got like 10,000 subscribers for AV in the AM and all of his stuff he does on Twitter. So he's a bit of a legend. But yeah, from a Poly point of view, definitely a big props and shout out to Stephen, because again, I always find him really interested. The other one we had on, which was a weird one, is there's another guy called Peter Chu. These are Poly guys. So Peter Chu engineered and developed noise block and acoustic fence. He has the patents for that technology. And again, he came on, and again, when they talk and when they just talk through that stuff. Again, I find it fascinating. Again, so I go and talk to customers about it, but I couldn't design it or build it. They actually are the people that made noise block, acoustic fence, speaker tracking, presenter, all that stuff. And Stephen talks about the rule of thirds and TV production and gaze angles and all this kind of stuff, and it's again fascinating to listen to. So yeah, those would be the ones that I love everybody. It's always I always get to ask the questions that everybody else wants to ask, so it's brilliant.
We get to ask you. You get to sit on the couch.
Yeah.
I find I got to tell you, I've been in this industry for 20 years now, and too long probably. I found the Sync series of speakerphones absolutely game changing. You guys have headsets that I like. You like the videos. We could talk all day video. We could talk all day about the video, but the Sync, you guys broke the mold. I want to ask you, because everybody else is doing a puck style, right? The round puck style, and you guys went almost smartphone on the Sync 20. It's almost the same size, look, and feel. And then on the 40 and 60s, you guys expanded on that. Can you tell us why? I wanted to ask. I forgot to ask Sam, and now he's no longer there. But why that look and feel and size?
We really wanted a tabletop speaker bar. Trio is amazing. Love, and again, I have a C60 on my desk in front of me. It's what I use for my noise block demos most of the time. But the problem with the C60 is, not the problem, but if you put a C60 in an MTR environment, you've got a screen for the MTR, controller for the MTR, the GC8, and then you've got a screen on the Trio. And users are a funny bunch because their mind blows when they have two screens on the table. They don't know what to do. They're like, I got a screen here and a screen there. What do I press?
Right.
So we wanted to kind of get a kind of Trio without a screen. So all of the audio greatness of the Trio, but without the screen, and also to put the audio in the center of the table, as I said, tabletop speaker bar, because that's what you're talking to. You're not talking to a speaker bar at the front of the screen when you're just doing an audio call. You're sitting around the middle of the table, so you want it from the inside looking out, not the outside looking in. So we really wanted to say a crossover product that could be a tabletop speaker bar for the MTR portfolio to expand the audio I/O for that family, and who knows what the Sync could again add to some of the X series products in the future. Who knows? But the fact of having that kind of tabletop speaker, and again the 20 was the first, and it came out in the initial lockdown, and it was the first part of our work from home project. The P series was the kind of pinnacle of that, but the Sync came out in the October. The P series was in February, the Sync came out in October. The Sync 20 was the first product to come out, and it was when there was that kind of, again, I don't know what it was like in North America, but here in the UK we kind of unlocked for about 2 months and then we all locked down again. And the idea with the 20 was it was that hybrid solution. You could use it at home, you could take it to the office, you could charge your phone on the way, use it as a battery pack for your phone. And it was that great kind of hybrid crossover kind of product. The 40 and the 60 again just really smash it in the larger rooms, and especially when you can daisy chain multiple devices. You can put two 60s in a room, two 40s in a room, pair them together via Bluetooth and get massive audio pickup and coverage down a long bowling alley style table. We talk about these bowling style alley tables. 60s just awesome for that. So again, the idea was to get Trio without a screen, or offer the Trio without a screen for the MTR customers, and also to give that tabletop speaker bar kind of design, which is why it's got the kind of curved ends on the end of it. Also, the fact that you can do USB pass-through on it, so you can actually plug a camera into it. It's got a USB hub in it, and the 60 is immense. There's a passive subwoofer in the bottom of the thing. You can see it moves some serious amount of air that can dissipate. So again, that really is punchy, the 60 as a device. So.
I love it.
From a design standpoint, was there an internal struggle to move away from the Polycom, that design, I don't know if you
starfish,
that starfish. For folks that really aren't even in the tech sector, they know your brand because of those devices that they've seen in their own conference room. So I'm surprised. I would be surprised if there wasn't some internal conversation of not wanting to move away from the brand of that star style design.
Well, I mean, the C60 is still a starfish, star phone, spider phone, whatever you want to call it. And again, you're absolutely true. Whenever I used to say to people, where do you work? I went for Polycom. Oh yeah, we got your spider phones in our company. Everyone has touched a sound station sound station in their life. It's kind of ubiquitous across the that's a very American word, ubiquitous across the globe. It's pretty much a standard. So there is that. The trio still keeps that kind of alive. But when Polycom and Plantronics came together, we wanted a kind of fresh, new look. Our design studios are in Santa Cruz, and again, I'm not a geographical expert of America, but it's where apparently the cool kids hang out, and it's where the cool designs.
It's on the West Coast, man.
It's West Coast. It's like surfing and stuff. The idea of this, this is the white or this kind of beige mottle effect is meant to look like Santa Cruz sand, apparently. So I've been told. That's the idea. And just bringing the different fabrics and stuff together was, as Poly brought Plantronics and Polycom together, we wanted that fresh, new look to the table and that new design language that says Poly and not Polycom or Plantronics. So we didn't want to kind of favor one design over the other. So most of the products now are coming out in this kind of design, the sand and
the 15 has that fabric on it as well. That
totally.
Fabric on the outside. Again, it's a risk because everything else is pretty much standard square or black or silver to some extent, and I think it's a hit. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are like internally for you guys, but I know that the 20 and the 40 have done really well for us. And the P15 is moving well as well for us. So I would imagine that, globally, it's probably been a very good hit for you guys, the new P series as well as the Sync.
Yeah, it's funny. Everyone says, why was the P series kind of white or the sand color? Why didn't you do it black? Everyone's laptop is black. But again, another great person who came on the show, Darren Caddis, is our VP of SVP of design and the design studio down in Santa Cruz. And he said, the reason we made the camera white is because most people's walls are a kind of white or a off-white magnolia beige. So when you've got your laptop with the camera sat on top of it, it fades into the wall, it fades into the background, and you don't notice it. If you add it as black, it's more of a contrasting color that stands out. And that was, again, part of the reason for having the P5s as being white and not a black webcam. So that was the idea behind it. Again, you got it. Is that in the window there? You see.
Well, I got it right here.
Just right there. It fades into the background. You got, again, look at your background. It's white beige behind it. You got lots of nice plants.
That's right.
But it just dissolves into the background. It's that was the idea behind having that color choice or that design choice around the P5.
Man, those are some people I'd love to talk to, so we could talk about that off air, because those are some really cool things, the design, why certain things, instead of being in a sea of the sameness. And it's I'm telling you, it's a risk. And I know for something new and something different, that's always a challenge. And I know Dave was trying to get at that, and understanding that mindset, I think it's insightful for those folks that maybe haven't heard that story from Poly and why they've made some of these choices. Well, we want to thank, is that Sandeep or Sandeep? That was Rindeep. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
From
Thank
India.
you again, everyone.
All right. We'll let you get
Had a
back
good
into
time.
your all-day daytime closet over there.
Yes. Thank you again, Neil. Pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you. And you.
All right, man. These folks coming on our air today are something else.
Love
it. Having. We're trying some new things here and there. Like we said, taking risks. This has really been a risk for us. Trying some of these new things, because nobody does.
I'd love to do a call-in show. We tried doing it once, and it was a disaster.
You don't know what you're gonna get when you go that route.
Right?
You're gonna go straight up Howard Stern on us then.
Well, I do mine on Zoom, so it was like I just gave out the Zoom details to a bunch of people, and they just all randomly just dialed in. It's like, oh my god, what's going on? It's like, oh, hello, you're live.
You're live. You're talking to the world. What's your question?
Well, we've had some guests. Sorry, I shouldn't say guests. We've had viewers pipe in with some interesting questions during some live interviews. Kind of trying to troll us a little bit, give us a hard time. We've always handled them as professionally as we can, but you just, with being on these different platforms, you just never know what they're going to jump on and potentially say. Always some comedic value in that, but I will say that my son will jump on to our show when he's not in like arm's reach of me. He'll be at school and he'll throw up a couple of questions on our Facebook stream, and I'm just there kind of shaking my head. I'm like, why is he doing this? But yeah, live, it's the unexpected with the live stream. But we used to joke at the beginning and we'd say something to the effect of, basically, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? So that's like streaming and there's nobody on the other side. Can you really hurt yourself by making mistakes or whatever?
Again, I think, I took, we talked a lot about Gary Vee. He has that kind of 1 is greater than 0. Even if you have one person sees your thing and you make a difference, you make a change, it's better than 0. So everyone, I want 1 million subscriber. Again, I'm chasing 2,000 at the moment, and we're nearly there. But if we had 1 subscriber and 1 viewer, it would be better than 0. So that's that is the thing. And again, just keep turning up, keep doing it, and something will happen. Again, if you're making a difference and people are enjoying it, it's all good.
Okay. Rolando and I were joking recently. We were looking at the number of views within a period of time that we had, and it was, I'll make up the number, it was 10,000 views. So 10,000 viewers have seen our 100 videos that are out there. And I said, I would much rather 10,000 people come and view it than us have to call 10,000 people on the telephone. So kind of that moving into this new world, taking advantage of the new ways that people want to do business. Everyone has their own strategies. It's nice to see Poly, here doing the YouTube, doing all your videos. I love the timing that you do it. I think 10 a.m. here on the East Coast, I just kind of turn it on, put it on the background. Nice way to start my week, but I have a lot of respect for you and your team. I know what kind of preparation goes into making these things successful, and really just putting yourself out there. It's not the easiest thing to do, but we kind of put our egos to the side and we do it for the sake of business and the messaging.
Yeah, again, I don't take myself too seriously, and I think again, it's all about taking the story to the customer and where their attention is. Their attention is not on billboards, it's not on TV advertising, it's on cell phones, it's on YouTube, it's on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and all this Instagram and TikTok stuff that I don't even understand. But certainly YouTube is great, and there is that idea around the thing of the thank you economy. Even we got a guy at Poly, Jan Zutermelk. He's a YouTube legend. He's got way more subscribers and videos than I've got, and he actually does like training videos. So he'll take a Poly product, unbox it, talk you through how to set it up and all the rest of it. And some people could kind of think, well, that's taking business away from services or partners. But it is that thing of someone to watch that and go, wow, that's amazing, but I'll get you to do it because I don't want to. I don't want the hassle. I've got my day job to do. Again, I don't want to have to set this up. So great, well done. I can see it simple. I can see it works. I can see the options in more detail. I still want you to set it up. I still want you to come, and I still pay for you to go and do that. So that idea of the thank you economy is amazing. And just looking back, we were talking about that trio video. What blows my mind is that video from 2015 has had 149,000 views, which is just incredible, and you look at the stats globally of where it is the biggest grossing video I've ever done. I don't quite know how, but it's just bonkers that many people have seen it, and you get questions about it still. People ping me and say, what about this one? Saw your video, and just love that. When people reach out and connect, it's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. We do some reverse engineering of our own. So we'll look back and we'll see something getting a lot of views in a short period of time. So we come back as a team and we analyze it. And there's so much it's never one one reason why it can. There's so many different things that go into it, but it's exciting when you see a video gaining speed, getting views, and then when you can successfully reverse engineer it and then apply those same measures to other videos, it makes it all worthwhile. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, again, it's a hobby for me. This isn't my day job. I'm, product director at Poly, so the YouTube thing is a bit of a hobby, and I don't even, if I had the time to again do all the meta and all of the analytics stuff, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of work, but if you do that, and again look at what's trending, look at what people are searching for, and go out and make the content for them, and then do all the thumbnails, do all of that stuff, it's really powerful.
No doubt. And you were talking about fun and how fun it is, and that's one of the things that we try to do is bring some content that's maybe just a little bit off center, because like you said, it's about getting people's attention. And one of the things that we like doing around here is really, if you say something's waterproof, we like putting it to the test. And it seems like we have another person that's lined up with another question about that. Let's bring out, let me see, who do we have here? We got another. There we go. We have
Hello.
Hey, how are you? What's your name?
I am XR02. Hello,
Yeah?
Neil Fluester of Poly Weekly News. Big fan.
Hello, good man.
Where are you joining us from, XR02?
I'm just working in the factory, and I put in an order for a bunch of those new Sync 40s, and I was wondering, since we have all these beverages being bottled over here, what happens if it gets wet? Is that okay? I use it outside?
Yeah. So I once did, and it is on YouTube, but it is private on YouTube, a video of me in the shower with a Voxbox. It's a thing of urban legend. I took a Voxbox in the shower and filmed it. That video, one day that video will go public. It's unlisted on my YouTube channel, just for fun. I showed it to a bunch of people, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you can't do that." Again, off the wall, funny, attention grabbing. But yeah,
that's the difference between you guys in the UK and in the US. I think maybe in the US we're a little more stuffy that way. In the UK, you guys are a little bit more off color, and it's okay, right?
Maybe. Again, I'm not sure marketing would like me posting it, but
I'm sure they have their reservations about that.
The Sync is IP certified, IP60. I want to say IP65. I'd have to go and check the data sheet. I think it's IP65.
Well,
I've got some water here. Do you want me to?
Well, there we go. I was just gonna say, you're reading my thoughts. Is we did something just yesterday for our Cyber Monday. We took the 40. And we put it in a plastic container, and we wanted to see if it'll hold up, and we just poured a bunch of water on it. We couldn't remember if it was 54 or what the heck it was, and it kept ticking. Just poured a gallon of water on it and played some music right afterwards, and it kept working.
I don't know if demo Voxbox was crazy. I took it in the shower. I used to do the demo of literally just stand in the office and just literally pour bottles of water over it, and it still kept going.
And so XR02, the Sync 40 and 20, and it's a Sync 60 also got the IP rating as well?
Should be, yeah.
All right, so the whole Sync family's got the IP rating on it. So
and again, talking of that, I mean, again, I've got I've had to go off camera, but I've got fresh from the TNT guy here.
Oh,
the other awesome product with regards to if he's in a production line in a factory, is Rove. I mean, Rove is friggin' awesome. So microband coated, wiped down. Unibody construction, and you won't get any gunk around those buttons compared to other phones. Yeah, the Rove is awesome for those kind of.
And these are decked Bluetooth. What's the?
So it's decked. It's a decked multi-cell, single cell or multi-cell decked phone. And again, it's got the microband coating, so it's antimicrobial. So if you want to use it as a shared phone, and it's wiped down, and there is, if you think of I haven't got a normal phone to show with buttons, but if you think normally around the buttons on a keypad, you've got the like little crevices and the stuff,
get gunky,
hair gel, all sorts of nasty stuff. We actually, you want to look back, we did when we launched the Rove, we did a show, and he had like a CSI torch. He had one of the competitors' phones and did the whole CSI. It was like lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh my goodness!
But yes, Rove is amazing for those kind of environments. And Microband is coming to more of the products. Microband's on the new, the other new desk phone that we've just brought out. I've got to be careful because I get the right names for it and not tell any secrets out. But yeah, the other new desk phone's got Microband, and you're going to see Microband coming across more of the portfolio. Everyone's a germaphobe now, so
if they weren't before, now they are.
Yeah, exactly. They're all got the balls of anti-bac. So yes, that's awesome video. You should take it in the shower.
We're talking about that, but for something a little bit different. But so we've only talked about it. We haven't actually quite done it yet.
Okay.
About putting it in the shower. But we don't have some of the same restrictions you have. You're a publicly traded company, and people are a little bit more risk averse sometimes. When it comes to that kind of stuff. So we don't have those restrictions. We can do things a little bit more freely than say maybe Poly could.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it.
We'll let you know when we release it. Well, XR02, did Neil answer your question about the solution about the bottles breaking and being able to use something?
Yes. Thank you very much, Neil Fluester from Poly Weekly News. I appreciate that, and I will order Sync 40s and the Poly Rove.
Awesome.
Thank you, Dave. I'll see you on your next episode.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Hey, Neil, I don't know how much more time you've got, but I want to ask one last thing for you before you leave us today. Yeah, this nice, beautiful display, this P21. We put it on yesterday. So we also did one of those live demos with the P21. Turned it on the live, and I was quite surprised at how, again, for an integrated webcam, we've done demos with the P5, and those were really nice. But for an integrated solution, and the picture quality that came through was really nice. You want to fast forward to that, Ori?
Yeah, P21
we could talk a little bit. We could talk a little bit about it, because there we go. That's footage from the P21.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Gorgeous camera. Yeah.
The thing about that is that with most of the stuff, you guys have some customization for some of the settings, and this is just out of the box, and out of the box looks 1,000 times better than your standard webcam.
Yeah, totally.
And so I was wondering if, since we have you talk about a little bit about that P21. What's the profile of the customer? Who is this for? I mean, I think I know who this for, but who is Poly seeing this particular this object, this niche, this display integrated all-in-one solution? Who is the ideal customer that'd be using this thing?
You mean niche, not niche, clearly.
Yeah.
All right. Can't resist. Yeah. I love that one, niche. So the whole P series was really designed around specific user personas. Again, P5 was for the everybody to level up your inbuilt webcam, or if your laptop's in a dock, you want something separate, low cost, and great low light capability, built-in USB with the Bluetooth, managed via lens for asset tracking. Awesome. P15 for people like us, the more content creators doing webinars, doing more high-end video than just doing one Zoom call a day, but also has a dedicated space, again, like we've got, like a proper home office. You can lock the doors and you want to use the speakers. For me, the P21 is really for those people that were kind of struggling through lockdown, had a small little kind of Surface Pro, Surface Book, MacBook Air, MacBook Mini, this smaller kind of 12-inch laptops, which are beautiful and gorgeous and very aesthetic. They've got a very clean desk that I don't have here, and my 4 or 5 monitors around me, that want to have that kind of minimalist single cable to plug in that gives them speakers, great audio, great video, lighting, camera, and a second monitor. So that was the kind of major persona to allow people, because in lockdown, the bedroom became the boardroom. You know, the bedroom was the new board, the kitchen was the new huddle room. You know,
Right.
and you don't want some massive great thing. People say, oh, you know, I want a big curved 32-inch screen. Great, go buy a big 32-inch curved screen. Put a P15 on top of it. That's what the P15's for. The P21 was really for those people that, again, had a really nice, wanted something nicely designed, looked good from the back as well as the front because it might be exposed, doesn't want all the clutter of cabling, and let's say has those kind of smaller laptops that would benefit from a second screen and, you know, that great audio and video. There's a whole bunch of design stories around the P21. You know, people say, well, you know, I want a bigger screen. The reason that we went with the 21 was because we wanted the camera to be at eye level. So if you go to a bigger screen, the camera gets exponentially higher up, and then you get this kind of look down where you're kind of like, yeah, hi everyone, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, you know, it's pretty good, you know, and you get that kind of, you know, shot, that downward shot. So we wanted to get the camera, you know, bang on eye contact so that when you're talking in front of the screen, you're looking at the camera and you're looking at the people. So that was, if you take a standard desk, which I think is something like 37 inches for you Americans, and you then stick a P21 on top of it, that camera is bang on where your eyes naturally sit. The other stuff, you know, the fact that you've got the mute and volume controls. How many times you're in a Zoom call or a Teams call and you got to get your mouse and Scrabble to find the Zoom app because you've been surfing in Chrome over here and find the mute button and unmute it. It's just there. Mute. Oh yeah, okay. Then back on mute again. You know, the lighting cues, not just the key light down the side, but also the lighting cues at the front. You know you're muted. You know you're unmuted. And then, as I say, just the fact of having that single USB-C cable that goes through to your laptop gives you, again, second monitor, audio, video, and all that good stuff, and then manageable through Lens. I always say it's we took a great camera and audio system and we nailed a screen to it. Whereas some of our competitors who make screens with webcams, they have screens and they nail a webcam to the screen. So we looked at it from kind of audio first, video first. Screen was kind of second with regards to the kind of idea around it, but so many great design pieces around that.
No, you guys did a great job, and I was surprised how well it shows. And colors are true. The sharpness on the screen is really good. So you guys just nailed it. It's amazing. I mean, I haven't seen anything yet in this category. You kind of are in a category to yourself right now in this P21. I haven't seen any. I don't know any of the, let's just say the major competitors that I'm thinking of. They don't have anything like this. So you guys stand out right now with this product in my book.
Yeah, and again, you know, certified for, you know, the major providers as an audio video system, give you the flexibility that you can bring your own device and have a 9 o'clock Teams call, an 11 o'clock Zoom call, and a 1 o'clock WebEx call. You can make whatever, you know, it's not nailed down to any one platform as a solution. And again, the P series, you're going to sell hundreds of thousands of millions of P5s. You're going to sell probably slightly less P15 and slightly less P21s, you know, but it is in their own niche or your own kind of persona of user. Again, I wouldn't be the persona of user for a P21 because I've got truckloads of screens all around me, and I love screens. I just never have enough screens. You know, I've got 4 screens hooked up to this PC, plus an Alexa, plus a Raspberry Pi doing stuff, and all sorts of other stuff, and the screens behind me. So I love screens, but not everyone's a weirdo like me and wants screens. So it's just beautifully elegant, simplistic, and if you again have that small laptop, you know, if you think about the camera that's built into most MacBooks, I think Mac still are putting 720p cameras. Even certainly last year in the latest MacBook Air and MacBook Pro was still a 720p front-facing camera. And how can you get any kind of low light capabilities in such a small sensor? They want the bezel to be as thin as possible and everything to be as kind of cut down and beautiful. But then you're compromising on low light handling, the size of the aperture of the sensor. It's not going to work well. Again, it's late in the evening here in the UK. I'm joining a call of North America. It's beautiful sunshine outside your windows. I have to have loads of light in my room so that I can still join calls in the evening to North America or to India or to wherever. Lighting is a huge part of that. So again, the P21, the P15, P5 all just level up that low light capability than what you would get on any built-in webcam that's been sandwiched in that tiny little thin bezel. And as an afterthought, they picked out the cheapest sensor they can and just gone, tick, we've got a webcam.
And that's usually what they do with the embedded cameras and microphones. It's whatever they can source at the lowest dollar amount, slap it on so they can write it on the box, ship it out, and away they go.
And then a user puts it in a docking station and you can't even use it. So
yeah, no kidding. So we really love the suite of products. We're looking forward to seeing what else Poly brings to us in the future. But hey, a last plug for your show. Poly Weekly News every Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, which is what what's that? Where you get too many time zones in North America. I can only work on Eastern.
Some don't do the daylight savings either.
Yeah,
so.
and then it
it's
even
confusing.
a little bit more.
It's 10 a.m. Eastern. It's 9 a.m. Central, and then what would it be? 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock Mountain, and then so it says 10 Eastern, and then 7 Pacific. Santa Clara, 7 a.m. Santa Clara time, if they're up that early.
Or just watch it on the replay.
Yeah, there you go. Watch it on the replay.
So who do you have coming up on future episodes?
So this is the interesting thing. So everyone thinks I've got a really cool schedule. It's normally hand to mouth. I think we're going to have a pretty cool one on Monday. Again, I talked about Stephen Schaefer coming on, talking about stuff. I have a doctor. That's not a medical doctor. That's an engineering doctor going to be coming on to talk about computer vision and AI. Who works at Poly. So it's going to be one of those tech geek out things. Hopefully on Monday. I'm trying to get Shaw lined up. Our friends at Shaw. Everyone thinks Shaw
SMB mics are
yeah, I'm just after an SM7B for myself. That's what it is. But no, the P300 and Intelli seating speakers are certified for G7500 and the X series. If you want Dante, you can use the G7500 and the P300. USB mixer to get Dante into our products. They're a strategic partner of ours. So we had Barco on the other week, and I'd love to get Shaw on. We've been talking to them about it. I'd love to hear from our users and our customers and our partners who you want to see on, who do you want us to get on, and we'll try and get them on.
No, I think AI is a great thing. I was just going to say, if you've seen or heard about the Synthesia solutions that where it's, oh my goodness. So imagine you, like what they're saying, the full, like the deep fakes, right?
Oh yeah.
Where you have your full voice and your mouth. There was a commercial I was looking at that David Beckham filmed about a year ago. And so they had him talking in 7 languages. He only knows how to speak English.
Barely.
But with so they had him on there, and this commercial had them speaking in all those languages. Well, the AI put the mouth moving along with his voice, speaking all those languages. And so the world is getting smaller, and I just wonder if maybe you guys are, because you're talking AI, if you guys are doing anything along those lines, or have folks that you guys are partnered with that are bringing some of that real-time type of AI stuff either to the conversation or other things that would assist folks in either the video or audio side.
I mean, there's obviously lots of cool stuff that I can't talk about under NDA. And again, Stephen and the CTO group do some amazing stuff around that. Again, if you look at what we've done with the computer vision stuff of tracking people's faces and now tracking people's torsos, if you look at what we've done with Smart Gallery and Zoom, we're actually taking a full shot of the room and then creating virtual cameras of elements of that shot. So you take a 4K image or a 1080p image, and you crop out an element of that image and create a virtual camera of that image and then send that to Zoom as virtual camera 1, send that to Zoom as virtual camera 2, and that's what makes up your smart gallery experience. So you see again that torso view, and again there's some really cool stuff that we're doing around that you know,
and so if
you're
you're
on the session and come and see the roadmap.
Yeah, well, I would love to. If you can, or you can't talk about the virtual reality space. You know, I've seen a few cool things there recently, where you have your own avatar and talk about enhanced user experience. Is that something that at least, you know, it's in the conversation, the virtual reality space, and how that fits in with what you guys are doing? I
mean, Microsoft announced it at Ignite this year, and the name of it escapes me. It's not Meta, is the Facebook one, and I've forgotten
Oculus?
the name. No, Microsoft's launched
their own.
Yeah, and I can't remember. It might be Mesh. So I think someone will probably say in the chat what it is. But Microsoft have got that again. The computer vision that we had in like the studio. So again, the studio can do facial recognition, sound source location, you know, group framing, and all that. The E70 and X70 can take that to a whole new limit, because we're not just again looking for the T of the eyes and the mouth and the nose, but we can actually start to put points on elbows and shoulders and knees and things like that, and create those kind of virtual stick men. And then that's when you can then overlay those avatars and things onto it. Again, I think there's going to be a mashup between the camera vendors and the technology vendors like Poly, and then, you know, the platform vendors like Microsoft and Zoom and those sorts of people. But it's not a million miles away, again, with some of the stuff that I've seen. So again, we can't talk about NDA and roadmap publicly, but book up a session with Poly and we'll show you some of the.
We sure will. We absolutely will. Just whet the appetite a little bit. Is there anything else, Neil, you want to let us know? I know it's getting late in your neck of the woods. You're probably what, 8 or 9 p.m. over there?
It's 8:30 here. It's all good.
8:30. Okay. I didn't want to keep you if you had dinner waiting for you, because, you know, getting between. But you've already eaten.
Yes, I had my dinner. Seen Father Christmas. Everything is being good today. It's been great during the show, actually, and it's great sort of from the other side of feeling, obviously. Like the rabbit in the headlights as to all the questions that I ask my guests.
Well, you know, sometimes it's good, you know, being on the receiving end, right?
It's again, every day's a school day. That's
Is there anything else you want to leave us with? Any other thoughts, ideas, you know, what you want to share with us?
Again, I love the sync with the MTR. The new MTR is awesome. We launched that at Ignite. That's really good. Expanding that MTR portfolio out. That's really growing momentum. Added Dell to the portfolio as well as the Lenovo for the compute. So what else? I can't tell you any secrets. I'm afraid, because I'll get fired.
We weren't good at getting them out of Sam either. You know, he was quite tight-lipped as well.
Camera about it, but yeah, on camera is a bit more challenging. It's always the thing every Monday. It's like, you know, you can't talk about roadmap, we can't talk about NDA. That's the challenge of public YouTube stuff. But again, we have some really cool stuff. So do book up a session, and again, reach out. I'd love talking to our customers and our partners. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what works and what doesn't work. Again, we're always looking to evolve our products and hear from the voice of the customer. So again, tell us what you want to see, and we'll try and make it happen.
I will definitely reach out to you for a one-on-one. I know that we probably should do something. I know we're playing around with some different content skit-wise. Maybe we get you on one of those. Use your lovely British English. And work something around that and see if we can make something happen.
I love that. Pretty cool.
All right. Well, that's been Neil Fluester. Dave, anything else for Neil? Or you?
No, Neil, it's so great to have you on. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's been too long. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll have you on again. Absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool. You come on mine as well.
Oh, all right. I'm waiting for the invite. See, I was waiting. Right. I'm waiting for the invite.
We'll make it happen. Christmas. Right. We'll talk about Christmas takeover show. Maybe there you go.
Okay.
The Teck takes over Poly Weekly News.
Okay. Whenever you want to have me or Dave on, we're cool. We come on.
Good man. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Neil. We appreciate that. Thanks for being
Thanks,
such
Neil.
a good sport.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
All righty. And that's Neil Fluester. Look at that. Awesome. He is the man. Big props to him and to Poly for making it happen. I know there's been some other folks we want to recognize, Darren and whatnot. Okay, yep, I see that, Ori. So, Neil, just hold on a second there while you're in the green room. We're going to have Eric come on air. He's going to let our folks know we've had a Blackwire giveaway that we are doing today. And so we're going to let Eric come on, see who's going to be the big winner here. And Dave and I will join you in the green room in a second here. So stay tuned. Eric, are you there? Okay, so you want me to go to end screen? Okay, so let's do an end screen here. And so Dave and I have got more videos for you right here. We're chalking up some really good nuggets. We've got the speakerphone March Madness, as well as the Poly Voyager Focus 2. You want to stay tuned. Dave and I will join you in those videos where we've got more info for you. All right, Neil, can you hear me? Ask Neil to hang on. Okay, so meet us in Google Meet. Can you join us there real quickly?
All right. So, hello everybody. I think we still have people in the green room listening to me, but if you want to talk, guys, feel free to jump off of StreamYard for a bit, or mute StreamYard rather. All right. Come back later. All right. So, I hope Amazon isn't gonna think we're pre-recorded, because we are actually live right now. We are live. And big shout out to the 8 people watching on Amazon right now. Big shout out to you. So say hello, ask your questions. I am a live character right now. All right, so we have Rolando over here with us. But he's muted right now. But yeah. Welcome back to another episode of What the Tech, and we're just on break right now. And if you were just tuning in, we had Neil Fluester on. And Rolando and Dave will be right back. But for the people on Amazon, we have a little game running. And so if you wanted to ask a question, type the word that I say live right now. So unmute to listen to the special word. All right. All right. So our special word right now is pineapple. Our special word right now is pineapple. Just type it in the chat to get a chance to win. All right. So if anyone's still watching, give me a shout out. Type in the comments, say hello. All right, we got you, Movie Lover. Movie Lover. Did I get that right? Movie Lover. All right. You're now also in the running, and once the guys come back, we will do our draw. Thank you for joining. All right, so stay tuned. As soon as the guys come back, we will do our draw. All right, if there's anyone still on Amazon listening to us right now, I am Eric the intern, and I'm saying a special word, and the special word today is pineapple. As soon as the guys come back for our last segment, we will be doing a headset giveaway. Unmute to listen to the special word. Once again, it's pineapple, and get a chance to win a Blackwire USB headset from Poly/Plantronics. All right, so hope you folks are having a good time today. And all right, anyone else want to join? All right. I know we had some entries from our earlier stream before Amazon went down. So far we have our players, Brian Hendricks, B. Gardner, Elaine Alvarez, TX Bud, and Movie Lover. To our 10 viewers on Amazon, if you're still on and listening, unmute to listen to the special word. Type it in the comments, and you can win a headset. And the special word is pineapple. All right. All right. So if we're having a little bit of lag, I apologize. Just checking the camera right now. Maybe a lot going on today. All right, we got another entry from Spiro. Thank you, Spiro, for joining. Your name is also in the list. All right, thank you, Spiro. That is recorded. So the guys will be back in a little bit, and after the break, we will do our draw. Thank you, Spiro. Anyone else want to join? We are playing a quick break game. And what you need to do is unmute to listen to the special word. And the special word is pineapple. Type it in the comments and you can win a Blackwire USB headset. So right now we only have 6 people in the draw. So those are pretty good odds for everyone right now. All right. So Rolando and Dave are just getting ready to come back, and as soon as we come back, we're going to play a quick race draw. Alrighty. Hey, Spiro, thanks for the follow. Hope you are having a good Tech Tuesday. I know Thanksgiving has just swept across the United States and everyone's been celebrating. Hope you have been celebrating easily, and Cyber Monday, Tech Tuesday shopping is Awesome. So right now we're featuring some products from Poly, particularly the Poly headsets like the 4210, the 5200, and the Focus 2. So if you're in the market for a new headset for your office, go check out our carousel down below, where you can see right down here. Oh, so yeah. So down here, I think. I don't know if you're watching on mobile or PC, but somewhere down here, we should have our carousel of products. We also have our speakerphone line, the Poly Sync series, the Sync 20, as well as the Sync 40, which the guys have talked over today. So go check those out. And yeah. Okay, so once again, if anyone else wants to join our special game today, we still have 8 people watching on Amazon. Just stay tuned. Before 4 p.m. Eastern, we will do the draw. Before 4. So in the next 15 minutes, we will do our draw. So for anyone else who still wants to participate, all you need to do is to unmute to listen to the special word, and the special word is pineapple. And type it in the comments, and you can win a Blackwire USB headset. All right. All right. So if anyone has any questions for Rolando or Dave, or even our special guest today, Neil Fluester, you can also ask that in the comments, and we will relay it to them. All right. So, we have Rolando in the behind the news. He'll wave to our all right. Amazon customer. I don't know if you're still watching, but we need a way to identify you. Can you also type a name, even if it's just your first name and last name initial? Because it just says Amazon customer on our end. So we got the pineapple from Amazon customer, but we need a name. The rest of the folks have a username, but unfortunately, Amazon customer, we need some way to identify you for the draw. Once again, the special word is pineapple. And you can win a Blackwire USB headset when the draw starts. But you also need to identify yourself, because if it just says Amazon customer, it's going to be kind of random. So right now we got Brian Hendricks, we got B. Gardner, we got Elaine Alvarez, we got TX Bud, we have Movie Lava, we have Spiro, and wait, Movie Lava is also Sal. Okay, that's fine. Movie Lava is fine. We can use that one. I am above Movie Lava's last comment. We have Amazon customer with a who gave the right word, but it just says Amazon customer, so we're gonna need a way to identify you, Amazon customer. Greg M. Perfect. All right, Greg M. We gotcha. Perfect. All right. So we're keeping this open for the next 5 minutes. Keeping this game open for the next 5 minutes, and yeah, Unmute to listen to the special word, and the special word is pineapple. Love the love. Yeah, so we got Rolando coming in, and they will be coming back soon. All right, guys, so the draw is about to start. So we're just having Rolando come back in. And hello, Rolando.
What up, Eric? How's it going? You're holding it down.
Yep, I'm holding it down right now.
In the green room, talking to customers and.
Yep, and we have people on, and I thought now is as good a time as any to do our draw.
All right, so let's see. We've had people on here, showing us a lot of love. We have
about 7 entries for our Blackwire headset.
Okay,
I will just share our race.
Okay, just 1 second. Hold on 1 second. All right, now I don't have the other folks in my ear. I can hear you just well. So we've got some entries in here. We've seen some people showing us love. And let's go ahead. Are we going to pull the name out of the hat?
Yep, kind of. So we're going to do, here are our entries. We have Brian Hendricks, B. Gardner, Elaine Alvarez, TX Bud, Movie Lova, Spyro, and Greg M.
All right.
We're going to do a 1-minute duck race.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, these are great. I love it. Let's see. Right. I don't know. I'm not a betting guy. Let's see who's winning out in front. Let's go, Brian Hendricks. Uh-oh. Spiro is falling behind, way behind. Greg M is still there holding on, and Brian's got the lead. We've got A. Alvarez, AA, holding strong. TX Bud, look, moving. Oh, my goodness, TX Bud, you're coming in. We've got Spyro. Will Spyro come? This is hilarious. Spyro is taking the lead. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Greg M is holding on. Spyro, you're fading, Spyro. Oh, my goodness. Spyro, you are fading. And right now we've got Greg M. Greg M also playing the female duck. Is there a different name for a female duck, or are they all called ducks?
I don't know.
Well, Greg M is in the lead.
All right, here we go.
Oh, who's gonna be? Oh, it's B. Gardner. Whoa! Congrats to B. Gardner.
Congratulations to B. Gardner.
Here, let's tweet that out here. B.
Right. Congratulations to B. Gardner.
The
all right,
winner.
So B. Gardner, if you're still in the comments, get in touch with us. And come claim your prize.
Yeah, so there's a couple of ways that people get in touch with us. I don't know where you're. Was this off of Amazon?
Yeah, this was off of Amazon.
Okay, so B. Gardner, if you are on Amazon, if you have an Amazon app, you can find us in there. Click on anywhere on any of our products. You'll find Global Tech Worldwide, and it'll take you to our profile page, and you can send us an email. So if you're on Amazon, go ahead and do that. If you go to our profile page, you know what? Let me do that. Let me grab our profile page. I'll make it very easy for you. So give me a second, B. Gardner, and I'll make it super simple for you. Oh man, that duck!
All right.
That duck, boy.
So once again, thank you to everyone who joined our short, simple giveaway. Just a giveaway for Tech Tuesday, and you know I had fun hosting this game. We had way more entries than ever, and you know I want to just say hello to everyone. Sorry to those who did not win, but you can contact us on Amazon or any of our Global Tech channels. Just need to just need to send a screenshot or something, to prove that you are B Gardner. But B Gardner, thanks for the follow and congratulations on winning your Blackwire headset.
All right. That's been a wonderful, I love it. It's been a wonderful show today, Eric. Thanks for helping out. And I want to thank everybody who's joined us today on this special edition of What the Tech, where we've brought you a guest from across the pond from London to be part of our podcast today. Many thanks to Neil Fluester from Poly for being a great sport to us today. Eric, the intern, Dave, and all the other characters that joined us today on this platform. So thanks for joining us today. We look forward to bringing you more of this. We have end screens. Here we go. Dave and I will be right in these videos so that you can get more information on these wonderful Poly products, as well as a March Madness head-to-head that we had with the top speakerphones. So go check those out, and we'll see you next time.